should know. I have never really liked you at all. I cannot hide it anymore. I've been thinking about the future, trying to forget about the past. So many ways that I could change for the better. Don't
This is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just speculation. Because it's true crime, it's for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free. Hey y'all, thank you so very much for being here. It's so good to see y'all. We are going to get right back into going over the Joe Schmoe live with all of the comments. Ruth Ann and Holly and Commander Alpha Turkey, Southern Cats, Orange Rose, Michelle, good to see you. Jenny Jen, good to see you. Agent Nefarious and Michelle Demantis, Miss Woozy, Skibbity Foopa Flap, Miss King of Anything, Piloa's mom. Good to see you. Good to see you. Percy, good to see you. Kalisa Katz, Betsy Sue. I finally got your name right. Good to see you. Brenda Sue, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Pandora, I do believe. Good to see you. Ruthen, good to see y'all. House of Frio, good to see you, love. Thank you all so very much for being here. Jenny Jen has been a member for 13 daggum months. We need to put some, hold on, let me give you amazing for that.
Amazing!
Amazing from Basil. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you being a member for 13 months and for the continued support. Thank you so very much. A1 from day one. She said, much love, speculating family. Yes, much love. Madeline, good to see you. Dandy Lioness. Rachel, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Well, let me stop for a second. And I wanna talk to y'all for a second. And I want you to think. You can even close your eyes if you have the ability to. If you're not driving, don't close your eyes if you're driving. But if you're not driving, Shelby, good to see you. I want you to close your eyes and think. Brenda Sue, good to see you. I don't know if I said hey to you. I want you to think about somebody in your family, maybe an extended member or somebody very close to you. All of a sudden, something horrific happens. Like, I don't know, a mother kills her children and they're related to you, and next the news is on your doorstep, like you might not even know yet, and the news comes up and they're like, what do you think about this and this and this, and you don't even know what to say. Maybe you don't even know, maybe you do, and you're like, I mean, trying to take in the gravity of what happened and all these people trying to talk to you. And then, maybe you even have a YouTube channel and all these people are hitting you up like, oh my God, what do you think about this? How do you know them? What was it like growing up with them? What were your parents like? What were your siblings like? What was your grandma like? What was the family dynamic? And you're getting all of this attention and all of these things, and all of these people seem genuinely concerned about your family and wanting to know everything. And then you go to court and this person who's done these horrendous things is held accountable, and you talk about it for a little bit afterwards, and then everybody goes and nobody gives a shit anymore. Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody cares what you have to say, and it's all just gone. And then you're left to deal with the fact that you were once very important to all these people, and now they won't even respond to your emails. And you've also got to take in what happened in your family situation, and there's nobody there to help you, and all the people that were there to help you before that pretended like they cared didn't. And you know that now, but you didn't at the time. And they've put out all these documentaries and all these movies and all of these things about the situation, and they're making all of this money off of a tragedy that was your family's to try to cope with, on top of being popular and trying, talking about it and seeming like they all cared, but they really didn't. And you're left with it. And that's a horrible thing. That's a horrible thing, and that's why I'm doing this. I can't, it's not fair. It's not fair what these people go through and how they're used and abused and just thrown away at the end. Like, could you imagine having to deal with something in your family, like, horrific, and then when everything's over, there's nobody there, nobody cares. Everybody wanted to hear your story, and then they don't, and they don't care, and they're not telling you how to deal with it afterwards. How do you deal with living the rest of your life without that family member, without that person there? You know, I didn't mean to make it all sad, but I mean, something's got to change. Mustang, good to see you. Good to see you. Um, Rachel said that would be incredibly hurtful and lonely. Right. And that's why it's so important to talk about these things. I don't think we should be using these families at all. I don't think we need to be contacting them. I think we need to let them deal with the gravity of what has happened. And if they want to talk about it, then I mean everybody with a YouTube name has the possibility to make a channel. Why not let them talk about it on their own channel and do their own thing? And then we as creators could share that and help spread the awareness and help spread get their channel help them get their channel out there. So like for me, I didn't know that Kresha was on here from difficult research, but maybe Kresha, if she wanted to talk about her family situation, could have come out here on her own channel and talked about it herself and other things she's interested in. Um, and then I, as a creator, could have went over that and shared it out more and shared it out more. Like, we got to do something. We got to, like, people have talked about making some kind of brochure about, like, dealing with YouTube or the public when you have a situation happen and legislation and things like that. I don't know what we can change or what we can do, but I'm gonna look into it. I gotta figure some things out. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. Brenda, thank you so much for the super sticker. I be honest with you, I have not even accessed my live yet. I am attempting to do so now. Thank you so much for the support, sweetheart. I greatly, greatly appreciate that so very much. That helps out tremendously. Thank you so very much for that. I think I can access my live now. Hold on. Just a minute. Look at it's a pair with the hearts. Oh, so cute. Thank you so much, Brenda. I greatly appreciate that. That was so very sweet and supportive of you. Hey, Kelly Disdelicious. Good to see you. All right. So, with that, we're going to pick right back up where we left off with the comments from Joe's live. I have actually just left it up exactly where we were at the last time that we were going over this. The reason we are going over this is because of the comments. I wanted to read the comments because there was a lot of questions asked and none of them were answered. He actually made it he was asked several questions and then kind of refused to answer them or would say, that's a great question and then never actually really answer it. And there's a part in this where Kresha comes in and there's something it's like he's thrown a scenario that I don't know if she was being serious. She could have been being serious, I don't know. But he grabs onto it like a life raft. He was not being serious. He took it as a life raft of like, "Oh, there's a way that I can say that, there's an excuse for me and I don't have to take accountability. If that one particular situation happens, then that means I'm not responsible for my actions or what I did at CrimeCon." And that's another part of this. He keeps talking about CrimeCon. It's what happened after CrimeCon, which Salty Sleuth talks about as well. I have linked everybody's channel that I could think of in the description box. Um, so definitely check that out. Michelle, thank you so much for becoming a member. Hey, Keo, good to see you, love. Um, I think you might have renewed, but thank you so much for the support. And I will grab the crazy train to pick you up on the way to Speculation Station. Thank you so very much, Michelle. That was so very sweet and supportive. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. Thank you so very much. Michelle said, I was a member for a year, but really hadn't been able to be here very much anymore. But I'm not used to seeing my name not being green. I can't take it. Well, thank you, sweetheart. I greatly appreciate it. That was so sweet and supportive of you. I am going to do more members videos. We've been going through a lot, as you know. We're trying to move, so I hope to do some more soon. It's getting winter, but like I'm trying to anyway. I'll put out some videos soon for the members only. Now, what happened after CrimeCon? A lot of people ask. Well, what happened after CrimeCon is that everybody except Lauren motherfucking Matthais was shut up. She even struck Kresha. Kresha is a victim in this, and if anybody should be able to speak on the tragedy that happened in her family, it should be Kresha. Joe Schmoe, to me, seems like one of these what they call tragedy pimps or vultures. He swooped in and was going live with Kresha to try to build his channel, in my opinion, in my speculation. This is all just speculation. Um, and then Kresha gets struck, and he's friends with Laura Matthais to the extent of taking a photo for her and presenting a situation as a lie, knowing it was a lie, and writing a whole entire court document. Yet, when Kresha is struck by Lauren, this Kresha, who's supposed to be his friend, his ride or die to an extent, they're doing lives together, all that. He's using her to make money. He's making money off of it. He can't even fathom speaking to Lauren on her behalf, saying, "What the fuck are you doing? Why would you do that? Why would you try to silence people who are actual victims in this case? And then call yourself an expert on it? That's disgusting to me." Um, and everybody's upset about the way he treated Kresha because him and Kresha were supposed to be very close because they were doing lives together quite frequently. So that's the problem here. When you hear about what happened after CrimeCon, that's what happened after CrimeCon. Also, I mean, a lot of things, even in the beginning in the Facebook groups that were talking about the crime, Lauren swooped in and just grabbed her claws in to anybody that she, like a, I don't know, like a hawk with her talons. She just grabbed anybody close to the family and just sheltered them in her wings, and nobody could get near them. I don't know. It's freaking weird. And to say that you're a expert on somebody's tragedy is disgusting to me. Kalisa said, I have to keep refreshing YouTube. Otherwise, it says only subscribers allowed to comment. I'm a member and subscriber. I don't know what's going on. I don't either. I just found out or heard that if you make money on YouTube, if your ad revenue made your amount that you're supposed to be getting paid this month double, then it's not accurate. And mine had doubled. I was like, what on the world happened there? So for instance, if you were going to make, I don't know, $200 on YouTube for the month of October, and it all of a sudden went to $400, that's not right. There's supposed to be emails coming out and they're going to fix it. So something's going on with YouTube. I wrote a not so positive comment on their last Melody video suggesting Laura Matthais focus on truly malnourished children going without SNAP and help. It's still up, surprisingly. Wow. That's interesting. Banana Bottom, good to see you. Yeah, victims feel like one's out of everyone to have the right to speak and respond to what anyone is saying in regards to their family's death. Right. Hey, Abellis, good to see you, love. Good to see you. Good to see you. He doesn't even know how to handle the situation. He sees it as a joke. And that's the way a lot of people saw it. All right. So I'm going to play this. By the way, I heard they're opening up the government in reference to the SNAP and all of that. So hopefully that will be handled soon. If you need help, please contact your Department of Social Services. They should be able to point you in the direction of a food bank or a place to help with food if you are in need. It's good to see you, love. Mustang, Abellis. YouTube has been doing this to me too, not just on this channel. So it's not just you. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to continue reading the comments. The last one, Salty said, is don't get me started on Lori's dumb cousins insulting shorts and videos. That's in reference to Megan, who came out here and was like, leave Lauren alone.
Like,
I was like, what happened? Somebody says there's a lot of questions. He can't get to them all. Poor guy is stressing. I remember reading that comment last time. The truth will set you free. Sounds like he wants to stay in Lauren's good graces. You can't come clean and you can come clean and forget this nightmare. That's not answering the question. What the hell? Spencer said, if you felt angered or triggered by this trap, perhaps you should step away to protect your mental health. What are you really angered about? Oh, there's a lot that you don't realize. Folks, he may not want to get sued for slander or defamation. Anyone think of that with some of these questions you're flipping out over, for goodness sakes. But I mean, you're supposed to be being held accountable and taking responsibility for what you did, yet you're focusing on everything else but what you did. You're trying to come up with every excuse in the book and saying that's a great question while never really answering it. I'm surprised that Megan doubled down even after seeing court documents and hearing the audio. See, that's a good point. That's because somebody's got some shit on somebody. I don't know who's got shit on who, but there's something else in the background. For somebody to come out here and hear audio and seeing the court documents and knowing the information, there's something else going on. What that is, I don't know. I don't know if we will ever know. But something there's way more to this. Megan likes to sound matter of fact, like she is the logical, dependable one, but she is deliberately ignoring obvious facts, such as the judge's response. And that's a problem for me. I feel like as a creator, as a person in general, if you are wrong or if you misinterpreted something, even if they're your friend and you don't want to lose the friendship, say, look, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to upset you, and I value you as a friend, and I don't want to hurt our friendship. But maybe, just maybe, we need to talk about this, look at it from a different angle, because what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, and it's not just me, it's the judge, a whole bunch of other people are seeing this a different way than you are seeing it. So maybe if it's maybe because you're in the middle of it, you feel some type of way about it. I would love to have a conversation with you about this to see if we can work it out and try to figure out, where the misconception is here, instead of coming out here and ignoring obvious facts. It's just ridiculous. I won't give my view, not even to I won't give them my view, not even to check comments for curiosity. Yeah. Baby girl, good to see you. Show on in the middle of Crush's show last night. Just saying, I'm not too keen on Megan. Never have been. There's a lot going on with that, with like people streaming over other people. Crush's show last night, I went in there and she's got there. I think there was like 100 in there at the time, and it made me kind of upset because it's like she came out like, okay, here's a perfect example. 1 month ago, 429 views. 1 month ago, 838 views. 1 month ago, 636 views. Now, the things I never saw until the mask fell off, this is after Laura Matthais, 5,000 views. Up here, 3,800, 1,800, 3,500. I think that her views should always be what they have been recently, even after we're done talking about Matthais. This one from 6 months ago has got 19,000. 3 years ago, 40,000. So that's good. I hope that people don't walk away again and she's not silenced again, because she doesn't deserve that at all. And I'll share her link. Even though I have it in the description box. If y'all haven't, which I'm sure you have, please go subscribe to her, because she definitely deserves that. According to Reddit, they're buying subs. Who purchase subs don't usually unsubscribe. What? Wow. I definitely believe there's more behind the scenes. I'm guessing that Lauren wrote many. Oh, hell yeah. It's only down by 7,000. Some people don't want to see the truth. Hey, AJ. Let me jump back over here. Okay.
Like Kresha, if I talk about myself, then there are people in my chat that are going to be like, you're just focusing on yourself.
Kresha says, okay, let's see how you feel about this line of reasoning. Is there a world where you can imagine having someone you look up to, how someone you look up to would maybe have you see something one way, but did something behind your back? Okay, wait a minute. Let me try that one more time. Kresha said, okay, let's see how you feel about this line of reasoning. ... Is there a world where you can imagine how someone you look up to would maybe have you see something one way, but doing something behind your back? If she's asking Joe that, I think that's exactly what happened. I mean, when we talk about power dynamics again, Joe looked up to Lauren Matthais, and so he did what she said. But again, as a grown ass man, you should know better.
So I'm just going to say, I've been struggling with this whole situation, and everybody probably knows
Hey,
why.
Anders.
And what I just said, somebody is going to take on a live stream tomorrow.
Wait a minute. I missed what he said. Lori Ann, good to see you. Get some sleep, love. plenty of websites out there to buy views and stuff. That's insane. Anders will always say some off the wall shit. I took it back too far. I apologize.
Like Kresha, if I talk about myself, then there are people in my chat that are going to be like, you're just focusing on yourself. So I'm just going to say, I've been struggling with this whole situation, and everybody probably knows why.
And that's the comment he says that people are going to take and misconstrue. I've been struggling with this whole situation and everybody knows why. But if you're taking accountability for where you fucked up, you come out and you come clean and you take the backlash and you answer the fucking questions. Hey Princess, good to see you. And Miss Woozy said Miss Woozy knows too. I just wish he'd say it.
And what I just said, somebody is going to take a live stream tomorrow and be like, look at what Joe Schmoe said. Like, look at what Joe Schmoe said. He said he's not, like, he's having a hard time dealing with this, but wouldn't you? And
But I mean, keep in mind that he's talking about he's having a hard time dealing with this while not helping Kresha out at all. Also, simultaneously saying, I haven't watched a 9-hour live stream. I haven't watched the rebuttal. I don't know if by this time he admitted that he had seen it. I mean, but he's actively trying to say he didn't watch this, he didn't do that, he didn't hear what the judge said in that court audio. And I'm sorry, but I know damn well he did. He knows that it's all fucked up and that he fucked up and he can't admit it. Why? Power dynamics, ego. He cannot admit when he's wrong, in my opinion. As a matter of fact. Yes, there we go. Rubber, good to see you, love. Edith, good to see you.
nothing that I'm going through is comparable in any way, shape, or form, Kresha, to what you have had to go through.
Every time he says something like that attempts to be an apology to Kresha, he closes his eyes. Salty Sleuth said, this isn't about you. If you're telling truths, you shouldn't care, Joe. I agree with that. We want to know how you really feel. Screw what others may say. We asked.
And I'm going to say I'm sorry one more time.
It would be different if it seemed sincere. How is this a moral question, Joe? If you continue to support Lauren, you are not a victim's advocate. Is he claimed to be a victim's advocate? I have a big. It's a different thing to be a victim's advocate. I don't. There's a lot that goes into that. I don't think anybody should be claiming to be a victim's advocate that has a YouTube channel that's paneling with family members of a crime. I don't think that's being an advocate. That's just my opinion. Most of the time.
It's not
But there
about
are
me, right? Right,
good
Salty?
people.
It's not about me. This isn't about me. It's not. But when somebody asks about you, it's okay to answer them. It's not about me, though, in any way, shape, or form.
Miss Woozy replying to I didn't catch the first comment. Joe is my friend. I can say that 100%. We talked for 2 hours today. He knows what I'm talking about. Yet he keeps ignoring it. Michelle says, please answer Kresha's last question. He's reading the comments and just ignoring it.
It's not about me, Salty, and I'm not saying it's about me. So get off that.
Okay.
It's not about me.
Kresha said, quit worrying about what others think. I'm just not okay knowing you're not okay. I need you to be okay. We love you or we wouldn't be here. Did you see anyone taking up for Lauren here? And right after that, Salty said, "Your inaction and acting like you needed more was maddening. Do not patronize me."
I'm reading comments, people. I'm coming up. I'm going up from bottom to top. So
Oh crap.
oh shit, Crusha. All right, hold on. I gotta read this. Is there a world where you can imagine how someone you look up to would maybe have you see something one way, but something behind your doing something behind your back? Absolutely. That happens all the time. And I'm not saying I ever looked up. I don't know what you're.
Salty said, "What? Get off you." What Reddit like the Reddit. I don't know what I looked on my page and it's not there. Let me refresh it. I'll try that real quick.
Crash, seriously, I would love to talk to you because I don't know
I don't
what you're
see it.
relating this to. Because I've never looked, quote unquote, up to Lauren. I have respected her and her hard work as a fellow journalist. But
Yep. Let me know what Reddit, like if I go search Reddit, what I'm looking for specifically. Yes, he does. All of them. Bullshit, said Betsy Sue.
and I think that comment is more about your family and has nothing to do with me.
See, even people are saying that, yeah, he did drool over Lauren Matthais. Like puddles on the floor, in my opinion. Salty Sleuth had talked to him about doing this, and like she's getting slaughtered in the comment section, and he's not trying to help her at all. He's not doing what they talked about. People saying Salty needs to buzz off, and like all of these people have no idea what they've talked about in the background before all of this, and he knows. He knows what they talked about, and he's just ignoring it and letting her look bad in the comment section because of his bullshit. He split himself into effectively and doesn't know which direction to take his own doing. I agree. Don't talk to him, Kresha. He will try to record the conversation. I think Kresha is done with him. I hope Kresha is able to do her own thing and not have to worry about it. Somebody said, "You are still hiding something, Joe. I can see it. It's written all over you." Bottom line for me is Lauren silenced Kresha, Kay, and the victim's family. And he's not responding to any of that. Another person said, "Kresha, do whatever you can to preserve your family and their interests. That's what's important, especially because she compared herself to Charles, Tylee, and JJ for her own damn purpose."
Really? SuTube?
He highlighted the comment that says, "You're still hiding something, Joe. I can see it. It's written all over you." Salty said, "You never seem to understand. You need others to explain it for you. Don't act like I'm coming at you."
Like I have been told by multiple people, ignore the trolls, but I just don't understand. You are still hiding something. What am I hiding?
Only you know that, and it's not trolls that are asking questions. Kresha said, "Then I read you wrong several times because you did mention her on every live." We did. Well, for the most part. And it's okay because I looked up to her also.
What?
Divergent said, "I think the three of you should speak offline, hash it out, Joe," which is what they tried to do, and then he switched the whole script. I knew exactly what Salty was talking about, and I felt her frustration for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. This was incredibly disgusting. My friend Salty was getting horrible comments, and they had no idea. Right. She also compared herself to Charlie Kirk, which was really weird. Yeah, that goes deep. No, it won't. What is it? No, I know it won't let you post the link in my chat, but what is the Reddit? I'm going to drop my email. Email me the link.
In the world am I hiding? Like, what is it that you think that I'm hiding?
A mollusk? Not here, please. Divergent, I agree. Which is who said they need to speak offline. Salty in capital letters. What did you just say? More about her family than you? Yes, Joe. Damn.
Oh, Crusher.
What's wrong? What is wrong with Salty? You don't want him to apologize? But he's not apologizing, and it's not about what he's talking about. Uh, one
Okay.
person
I don't think that I mentioned her on every live we did.
talking to Kresha when she said, then I read you wrong several times because you did mention her on every live we did. Well, for the most part, and it's okay because I looked up to her also, and his response is, I don't think I mentioned her on every single live we did. Really? That's your response to that? Wow, dude. Even Salty, wow, dude. Wow.
But I can understand you feeling that way and respect your right to feel that way, but I don't think that's accurate. And maybe I gave her more respect than she does. Well, obviously, I did. So,
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't think he was hiding anything super crazy, just hiding where he stands on everything. And that's what people were sensing. Yep, exactly. Kalisa said it was very disrespectful of his viewers to pretend to not know what is going on and ignore questions. I lost any respect I may have had for him. I think a lot of people did that night, and he is very condescending. Definitely. So he's just another person who jumped on the poor Lauren bandwagon. I never saw him before. He Lauren struck him. They've got a history, and he took pictures for the pictures of Christina at CrimeCon. That he's the one who took the photos, and he wrote a whole witness statement knowing it was a lie. And then after all of that, when Lauren struck Crusha and all of the members of the Woodcock family after comparing herself to the victims of the crime, he ignored all that and didn't try to help them after using them for at least a year to build his channel. His friend Crusha and other people, from my understanding, and if I'm wrong, correct me, he used them for a year to build his channel, and then Lauren decided to come at them and try to silence them, and he didn't do anything to help them. He didn't stand up for them. Crusha said, just because we are challenging your cognitive dissonance doesn't make us trolls. Just like Lauren presenting evidence doesn't make her innocent. There was evidence of and no evidence in capital letters. Michelle says, I'm out. He cannot even give Crusha the time for an apology before today. So disrespectful. Salty said, but he isn't wrong. Wait for it.
damn it.
Look at Crusha's other comments. She's worried about you like we all are.
Just nope.
Joe always blames people for cognitive dissonance. Now I know why. Another person says answer the questions.
You are not trolls, Kresha. You will never be a troll in my life.
Yep. You're right, Anders. He was trying to be on everybody's side, and that's a good point. But the problem is you can't be on Lauren's side and be on Crusha and the family, especially with Lauren saying, nobody listened to me, just like Charles. Like that make me want to metaphorically punch her in the fucking face. How fucking dare you compare yourself to a man that was murdered? No, absolutely not. And he's not It's time to cut the damn. It's time to get off of Lauren's teat, in my opinion, and stand up for his friends. The time had come and gone, and he didn't do it then, and he's still not doing it now. And I'm not going to speak for him, so I just try to keep encouraging him to say it himself. Yep. Kim, good to see you. Does anyone know if this guy's married? I'm not sure. Salty says, let me be clear. I did not and do not worry about this guy. It was never about saving himself for me. I think it was about trying to get him to own up to what he did and admitting, apologizing to Kresha for using her, in my opinion. You correct me if I'm wrong. Is Salty still supporting Lauren?
I don't think that I have cognitive dissonance with her though. Like it wasn't.
Salty said, for fuck's sake.
It, wow. I'm trying to process this, Krisha. I really wish
That's correct.
you would help me process this, because
and see, now he's saying, I really wish, Crusher, you would help me process this, after talking to several people and processing it and coming up with a plan of action, and then disregarding that and letting them all get slaughtered in the chat and acting like he has no idea what the fuck they're talking about when they talk for hours beforehand. And then he wants Crush's help. I wish you would help me with this, or whatever the hell he just said, after doing what he did to her, after throwing her by the wayside for Lauren motherfucking Matthais. That's the problem. That's why everybody was so heated and never taking accountability. Miss Woozy said he is not married. You've heard he's divorced and single. Go figure. I have no idea. Tammy, good to see y'all. Not familiar with this guy, so I'm lurking in the background. Okay. Yes. Anders said he's like trying to grab a bar of soap that keeps slipping away. I think the chat is trying to get him to grab the bar of soap that he keeps throwing down the hallway, and the bar of soap is accountability and apologizing for what he did and admitting to what he's done and trying to learn from the experience and move on. Exactly. Sleuth in sandals. I like that. Yep, he needed Crush's help. Joe is single and not by design. Crusha said, but it's the doubling down and refusing to be confronted with any form of uncomfortable cognitive dissonance. You taught me about this very thing. She said, keep going. We got you, boo. And she's telling him that. My God. Salty said, wow, you want the victim's family to help you process? Boom, 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 bam. He sure did. Hey, Lisa. Hey, it's just Troby. Good to see you. Skibbity Poopa Flap said, I expect he probably doesn't like conflict, but he loses his morals in the process. Another great point. Yep. Somebody said, Crusha, ask all the questions. Joe's ignoring the rest of us. It's some Wizard of Oz shit. For fuck's sakes, Joe. Lauren compared herself to Crusha's dead family.
Hold on, Crashed. Hold on. I'm not ignoring you.
Fuck?
Did you ask a question? Let me go up and check it. Let me go up and check. I'm not ignoring questions. Like, I've been up literally, holy.
He's ignored every question. Are you using Kresha? YouTube, I'm not trolling, I'm asking. Haven't you been reflecting all the days you took away from facing it? I could be wrong, but it feels like you're not willing to admit Lauren's horrible treatment of others. Why? With a red exclamation point and a red question mark. Seems like you need to have you two need to have a private conversation. The problem is that already happened and it was thrown out the window. Hey, True Crime, good to see you. Good to see you.
I've been up for 2.25 hours answering questions and exposing myself to all of the negative questions.
The fuck? You have.
So I'm not avoiding questions. Are you?
That was in another parallel universe in a live we never saw, I suppose. Miss Woozy said, be brave, Joe. What did you say about Lauren to me earlier today, Joe? We talked about this. You can do it.
Using Kresha? Sarah, who can even use Kresha?
You did. Because you didn't stand up for her. Divergent, can you guys in the lab and talk? Maybe get some clarity offline. Oh my, somebody said, oh my God, what more do you want this guy to do? Answer the fucking questions. Take accountability. It's
My
not hard.
skincare routine. But hold on.
So he goes to skincare routine throughout all this. Out of everything that's going on right now, we're going to start talking about skincare routine. In my opinion, Joe needs to shut the fuck up if he isn't going to stand up for what he believes in his actions. And all he does is whine about people being mean to him. Yeah. Right? I'm about to have to take me a damn ibuprofen. He's giving me a headache. It's like he's become mentally immobilized. Yep. Hey, Semi Sharp, good to see you.
I am not supposed to laugh. I am supposed to take this 100% seriously.
The fact that he even just had to say that in an accountability stream, trying to, wow, I'm not supposed to laugh. And like I pointed out, every semi apology he's made to Kresha, he closes his eyes. I mean, he doesn't mean that shit at all. Kresha says, I'll help him because I care about you, Joe, and I don't want to see you get smeared anymore by being associated with Lauren's obvious kingdom burning with a flame afterwards. Salty Sleuth said, what? Lauren used the entire family, Joe, in all capital letters.
But this question caught me off guard.
You did not
You want
respond
to
to
know
my
about
question.
my skincare routine.
About your skincare routine.
All right.
He uses Avon, said somebody.
Now let's go answer the serious questions. Hold on.
Michelle says, this is a joke to him. I'm getting more pissed off. And it is. You can laugh if you want, Joe. Enough with that nonsense of not supposed to, according to who. And again, it's a slight at people in the chat, at moderators in the chat that he's had a conversation with before. It's a slight at them, and they know that. Hold on. Okay. What Joe or Paul allegedly needs to do is retract his damn photo that was taken under false circumstances for Lauren's legal injunction. He needs to apologize to Christina Kresha and tell Lauren to go to hell. I agree with that. It's nice to see you, Joe. L. Roberts, I thought that you were so I was like, wait a minute. Ruth Ann, good to see you. Abella said, why waste time on this fool? He's a waste of oxygen. He hurt a bunch of people, and that's what pissed a bunch of people off. Salty Sleuth said not supposed to laugh as if he's a boss. Somebody
Kresha,
pointed out she compared herself to Tylee and Charles.
About you too. That's why I'm here. It was about me, trying to protect my reputation.
See how his eyes are closed? Because he's lying. Because see, he's so easy to read. He closes his eyes and said, if it was about me trying to protect my reputation, trying to present it as if it's not about him trying to protect his reputation while his eyes are closed, because it is about him trying to protect his reputation instead of being held accountable for what he did to the families. Miss Scorpio Rising, good to see you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for gifting 5 Speculation Station memberships. That was so very sweet and supportive of you. And I greatly, greatly appreciate that so very much. Those memberships went to Salty Sleuth Investigates, Karen, yes, I am Karen, Retired Not Bored, Days, Jade, and CA. If you guys were gifted from Miss Scorpio and you are aware you were gifted, please tell Miss Scorpio thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Scorpio. I'll grab the crazy train to pick all our new members up on the way to Speculation Station. Thank you again, Miss Scorpio. That was so very sweet of you.
I'm going off the rails on a crazy train.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. I greatly appreciate it. Yep, and touching that nose. I know, Jess, but he's getting attention he doesn't deserve, even negative attention. I agree. Joe was disrespectful to everyone, his mods, his chat, his viewers, everyone. He betrayed his friends, and that's not okay. I agree. Thank you guys for saying thank you. Kim Gettle, it's good to see you. He is very easy to read. I'm gonna back it up a little bit, not as far as I was. Watch him close his eyes. If it's not about protecting my reputation, and he's doing that because he's lying, it is about protecting his reputation and not being held accountable for what he did and the wrongs that he has committed, especially specifically to the victims of the family of the victims of a horrific crime. And he's telling you that it is about protecting his reputation, not helping the families and being there for them.
Like if it was about me, like trying to protect my reputation, that's not happening. But if I want to apologize to you, Kresha, for any hurt that I've caused you. That's why I'm here tonight. That's it.
But you've not apologized. Salty said Joe had 3 mods. 2 of us did not want the wrench. And yes, ma'am. We talked about that last time, that 2 mods didn't even want the wrench anymore. At this point in time, Raven Dancer, good to see you. Days Jade, good to see you. Thank you for saying thank you. Kresha says, Joe, if I can be honest, hear me out. Did anything strange happen to you at CrimeCon? Where all did you visit and what all did you go watch? Any hypnotist?
That's it. There's nothing more. And people can look all they want into that and see all they want into that. And
Miss Woozy said, oh, he knows. I'm just trying to get him to be brave. I promise. He and I are good. He's about to grab onto that comment from Crusher like a life wrap.
I did watch.
Salty said we never wanted those wrenches and he never asked us. He just modded them. And then, I mean, and keep in mind that Salty knows all of this, everything that's happened to Crusher. They've had this long conversation about everything. He keeps talking about CrimeCon, and that's not what this is about at the end of the day. I mean, there's a portion of it that is, but that's not the big elephant in the room here. And then they're modded. They didn't want to be modded. And they've had these conversations with Joe. Salty has said, I can make your thumbnail. I can help you. We can do a stream together. I'll be there to support you. All of the things. And they talked about it for hours and hours. And he's talked about it with Miss Woozy for hours and hours. And then he gets in this live and closes his eyes and says, I'm not trying to protect my reputation, and just throws everything out of the window that he has said thus far to all these people in the background who are trying to help him. And he's got them modded up, and the chat's attacking them like they're doing something wrong. Meanwhile, he's up here not answering any questions, not taking any accountability whatsoever. Milky Way girl, good to see you. Telling your grown man to be brave about online drama is crazy. He's not about to drop government secrets. You are absolutely right about that. He calls Lauren a fellow journalist. Lauren Well, I don't know. Maybe she was. She was on the news. I don't see her as a journalist now. She's a person who made a YouTube channel, in my opinion. It's about betrayal. Exactly. Hilton House of Crazy. Good to see you, love.
I did watch Feed 'em. I did watch. That is one of the reasons why I'm here tonight, is because when Kresha went live earlier.
Salty said, "We see too much in everything. Dot dot dot. Our fault." Somebody said, "Oh my God, if there's a hypnotist." Kresha, was this the first time Joe said this to you? Then why worry about being clipped by other streamers? Kresha's trying to help you so this doesn't happen again.
Kresha, no hypnotists. Do you think I got hypnotized? So CrimeCon was all of us being different parties, going to different things, and eventually we all wound up at the bar, and we all went to different places at the bar. Like I ran into Lauren at the one place, like,
I don't want to pause it in the middle of him explaining this, but I don't know if she was being serious or not, but it's weird to me how he's going to latch onto that like as if it's a life preserver. Therefore, putting accountability on maybe I was hypnotized, maybe something was put in my drink. So he doesn't have to be held responsible for his actions, for his lack of empathy for people who were supposed to be his friends that he was supporting, the victims of a fucking horrific crime that is nationwide, if not worldwide. And just like I explained to you earlier, all of these people giving her attention while she's trying to deal with the family, being the family of fucking Lori Vallow, or the victims rather. And then everybody just leaving when the story's done and everything's over, and she's left there to pick up not only the pieces of everybody being there to support her and claiming they would always be there for her, and then possibly not answering emails or calls or anything back. They're just done using her, so their hands are thrown up in the air, and trying to move forward with life, Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays without JJ, Tylee, and Charles. I couldn't imagine. Raven says, "I'm sick of YouTube people giving themselves faked titles. He never even took a journalism class, or he'd know the rules of engagement with the victims." That is a great point.
Boom, 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 bop, bam.
That irritates me too. No, they're not journalists. They're people with a YouTube channel. To be clear, I did not say Salty is drunk. Hunter S. Thompson was the one who was the most gonzo journalist, never broke the basic rules of journalism. I don't know who that person is. Yep, soon he'll be blaming his drink got spiked. Goodness, this guy. Quickly, anyone know why Lauren was kicked out of mainstream media? Bet this isn't the first time she's been involved in drama like this. I don't know why she was kicked out, but it would be interesting to find out. I guarantee you Lauren probably has a C&D on him after spilling the beans about the truth of the picture. He is scared as hell for his perjury to the court and the lack of respect to Kresha. You know, that's a good point because he knows that he lied in that affidavit. But I mean, this is why. I mean, I don't want to be condescending, but that's why you don't do that shit. So people can't hold that over you. The only reason he's there is because he's getting money, in my opinion, said Abellis. Explain again how y'all kept moving closer to her, Joe. He latches on twice to Kresha's suggestions. Kresha flipped that shit. Smart girl. Good. Very interesting thoughts. I'm trying to get through y'all's comments. I'm going to scroll quickly. Seems like Joe is laying Joe. Isn't he going to stream anymore? Laying low. Isn't he going to stream anymore? I think he's, yeah, rightfully laying low. I don't know. I don't understand how she can call herself a journalist when at the most she's a dispenser of fake empathy and real manipulation just for clicks. That them clicks and views make her all the money, so she's going to pretend to do what she has to do in order to keep that going. He received a media pass from a website. Bullhorn Betty's website. See, I want to get an actual media pass, but I would take the classes and do what I needed to do to be able to do that. But I don't know that I'd ever do it. That's something I've thought about. Also, a victim's advocate isn't an actual job. Yep. And I was talking to somebody about that last night, and I told them I could not personally handle being a victim's advocate because I have too much trauma that I can't even begin to unpack right now. And to be a person that could advocate for victims and go out there and put your emotional stuff to the side and help these victims of all of these crimes is a very special, important thing. And I don't think anybody should be claiming that they are, unless they are. And people that aren't going to be platforming them on YouTube. A little bit of Lisa, good to see you. He's latched on to Lauren's coattails and is holding on for dear life as he tries to act like his friends matter. We see Joe. Exactly. I'm going to back it up a little bit so we can hear. I'm going to try not to pause it as much. Again, Crusha just said, good question at Joe L. Roberts. I'll repeat this. Did you know Lauren said she felt like Charles Vallow? Did you know she compared herself to Tylee too? Did you see Lauren's texting talking shit about me? That's from Crusha to Joe. 53. I want to try to get his whole answer to that question about the hypnotism.
Do you think I got hypnotized? So CrimeCon was
Hey, yes.
all of
good to see
us being different parties going to different
Mhm.
things, and eventually we all wound up at the bar, and
Yep.
we all went to different places at the bar. Like I ran into Lauren at the one
you.
place,
See,
like at the one part of the bar, and then I went to another place, and Megan was somewhere, and Grayson was somewhere, and Trisha was somewhere, and Ms. Woozy was somewhere, and we're all like, hypnotists.
I'm going to pause right there and say, like I said in the last stream, Miss Woozy and all of this, I don't think that she needs to be held accountable, because what Miss Woozy did, in my opinion, was saw that some fuck shit was going down. And she said, I'm fucking rolling out right now. I'm going outside to smoke. That would have been me. I saw some fuck shit going down. I'd be like, don't want no part of this. I'm going outside to smoke. Y'all do you. You do you, boo. Eileen Martinez, good to see you. This is about drama in the true crime community, part 2. Oh, okay. We'll definitely check that out. So it's a follow-up from the last stream we did. Thank you for that, Abellis. I will send that to myself and we'll go over it at the end. See, admitting his friend could have had him hypnotized. I think he's grabbing onto it like a fucking life raft. You know what I mean? Dorothy, it's a part 2 of a man not taking accountability or answering any questions. Miss Woozy said, I literally turned to Joe and said, I'm going to make myself scarce for a bit. Exactly. That's what I would have done too. Did Lauren tell Joe he could sit with her at the popular girls table if he took pics of Christina for her? Probably. Absolutely.
I don't.
Yep.
Crasha, help me figure that out. Help me figure out that question.
Okay. Sometimes I don't pick up on stuff like I should.
Hold on.
Okay, so detective's daughter said wouldn't listen to facts. Crusha said, Miss Woozy, girl, I need a rundown to all the things and people he interacted with. Miss Woozy said, I can't speak for anyone else, but just want him to talk about how Lauren hurt so many of us and our community with what she did and how maddening it is. Salty Sleuth said Lori put a spell on him that day in court. He told me all about the eye contact. Answer Crusha's question. People are putting in chat. He's not really this stupid. He's pretending.
Yep, I did. Yeah, and that's not okay. That's like in a major way not okay.
Yep.
And you say, oh, not okay. Like,
He's answering the question about did you know Lauren compared herself to Charlie and Tylee and JJ? And his response is, yes, I did, and that's not okay. Crusher said, did you leave your drink unattended anywhere? Somebody, Michelle, for fuck's sake, Lauren compared herself to Crush's dead family. SuTube, oh my God, we've been looking into it for days. You don't read chat properly enough, and you're deflecting and evading questions. I get it. Hey, Feed 'em Beans, good to see you. You do? Ugh.
You
Apparently, he was not
said you
supporting the
moved picture.
situation.
You moved
Yep.
closer before taking the picture. I did. So I think that's where part of the confusion comes from. Because
So, Salty Sleuth said, but days after CrimeCon, you were clear, right? And see, remember, that's what all this is about. It's not necessarily about CrimeCon and what happened there. It's about what he did to Crusha and her family after CrimeCon by using her and not taking up for her, not standing up for somebody that was supposed to be his friend, that was supposed to be close with him. I mean, and he can't claim I was drunk, hypnotized, or any of the things after that, like he tries to.
As it wasn't a group, like it wasn't Joe Schmoe shows up and Lauren and Megan
Exactly.
and Joe and Grayson and Trisha all go from point A to point B to point C. It's a dynamic situation. Like I sat down, so where that picture was taken, I sat down at first. And nobody else in any of that's relevant to any of this sat down with me when I sat there. I sat there because I was tired of standing up, and somebody got up and moved. And then they left their dirty drink glasses there, and I like stacked them up and moved them off to the side. And eventually other people in the group came and sat down too. So in that moment, it didn't feel nefarious in any way. In that moment, it didn't feel nefarious.
Lord, I was muted. I don't know why. I apologize. So again, Lauren's count is 314,000 subscribers. And then Feed 'em Bean says he acts like this is a joke. He's a grown man that should understand girl drama by now. Yeah, and never takes accountability. That's what pisses me off. You use the family and can't even be held accountable to freaking apologize for that. Lisa, the bridge over here is completely destroyed and burned the hell down, and there's no way back. He burnt the bridge to us too, said Semi Sharp. He wanted to sit with popular kids, and they told him to go after Christina and friends, and he was so eager to please. Such a pick me. And he, as a grown ass man, should know better. So why did he do that? Again, like I put on the thumbnail, it's power dynamics. He saw Lauren and Kresha and all of these people. It is my opinion and my speculation that he saw them as dollar signs. And so he pursued them for dollar signs. And that goes back to what about the feelings and having empathy for the families of a horrendous crime. Like if you're really trying to befriend them and trying to be there for them, you probably wouldn't even put them on a live stream or panel them at all, like somebody else has referenced before, knowing the family of a horrific crime that they have never paneled up because it's just not the thing to do. Like if you were really trying to be a friend to somebody, you wouldn't do that. If you're after clicks, views, and money, then you would do what Joe's doing. And that is just my opinion and my speculation. And then not be held accountable when you're called out for your fuck shit.
And people are going to freaking take that and like blow it up.
Jesus. Salty, you make me laugh. Salty said, good thing you weren't on Ladybird Lake. We've done alive about that. There seems to be a lot of people, unfortunately, ending up deceased in Lady Bird Lake. So that's why that was. It's not funny that that's happening, but for her to say that to him while he's pretending to be all of these things and grabbing onto it like it's a life raft. Crusha says, if y'all were all in different areas doing different things, then how did you end up doing the same plot? Somebody said today, how do you feel about what you have learned after the first week after the 9-hour live? Have you called Crusha to have a more direct conversation? It might be helpful. This doesn't sound sincere. How often do you text or speak with Grayson? I mean, how many questions is that just in that amount of time? Just sending love to you and your mama. Talking to Crusha. Salty said Crusha.
Not gonna go there.
Oh, I'm not going to go there. Michelle said he's avoiding answering questions. The truth is, he knew Lauren struck Crusha and Kay. He chose not to talk to his friend Crusha. He chose his side.
Not okay. Not okay.
He said, I don't think, he says he never watched it, but I don't think that he didn't ever watch it. I think he watched it and he couldn't play the role that he wanted to play if he admitted watching it. So he said he didn't. Joe and I deep dive Lady Bird Lake is why I said that. Oh, okay. Okay. 31.4. That's nearly, I think it's 314,000. Hold on. Let's see.
Give me a chance to prove it to you. Let me show you the
Shh, silence. 314K subscribers is what I see, which I know at one point she was at like 325. I do believe. Okay, Ruth Ann, good to see you. Ladybird, remember Ladybird Lake? We were talking about Ladybird Lake and all the people that were ending up in the bayous and places in Houston and all the bodies that they were saying magically drowned. His performance on Web Sleuth before all this went down is so sickening. Megan, Trisha, and Joe trying hard to make us all feel bad if we didn't believe the stalking story. It's just sick. So did that one guy, the Deputy something, Deputy Do Right. It comes to mind. That's not his name, but that's what I call him, Deputy Do Right. I don't remember his name though. No offense to him. It's a lake here in Austin. Many bodies have been pulled from. Ellie saying nothing to see here. Yep. Her subscriber count is out of whack with her views. I don't believe that number at all. Yeah, people were saying that she was. Thank you, Duty Ron. That's it. She was at 321 when I first seen the 9-hour live. Now she's at 314. Yep. Somebody said, do you get it now? Joe, I have a question. Why won't an all-powerful, all-loving God heal
I don't.
amputees?
I don't think I did. Do you think that I was hypnotized? Like,
Salty said not going to go where. The question he has highlighted is, did you leave your drink anywhere unattended?
Crusha. This would be so much easier to talk about.
Yep. And that's a good point. At this point, Joe seems like Lauren's little minion, sending him into Crusha's lab to meddle, getting her to trust him, sending him after others, and he just wants clout. And I think he was so eager to do so because he saw money signs and subscribers. That's just my opinion. I don't know him personally. Salty says, not going to go where? Oh, come on, Joe. You are so gullible. Crusha said, I think you guys were all influenced by someone or something to put y'all in the same disconnected trance like robots. Hold on. I'm being dead serious, Joe. It's scaring me bad. That was from Crusha.
That's actually a really good question, Crusha. If we started at different areas, how did we end up at the same spot?
I agree.
I don't know. Like, I don't have an answer for that because I obviously didn't orchestrate anything because nobody is listening to Joe Schmoe saying, let's all go sit down at this table. I went and I sat down at a table where somebody had just left. And eventually a couple of other people left. And then eventually a couple of other people left. And then eventually.
Salty Sleuth said another good question with no answer. Crime said a bad decision is a bad decision. No drugging or hypnosis.
The other people
It's not
came and
about crime.
sat down because that's the way that bar scene works. I think I've never been there before. This is my first time. Friday night, whatever day that was. I don't even know. I don't care what day that was. I do care. But well, I'm moving to where I move.
That makes sense.
Independently and sitting down where I sit. So
Crusher responded to somebody and said exactly my thoughts. That person said, do you think you were slipped a roofie, Joe? Miss Woozy said, Megan, Joe, and I were at a different bar. Then Megan got a message from Lauren saying to join her at the bar. We got to the bar and Lauren was at the high table over by the big couch. Tip said that was a joke about the roofie.
And not ordering a drink that I leave unattended. Crasha.
California Weeks, good to see you. I'll definitely check it out. Hey, Can't Scare a Mama Bear, good to see you. Joe, never been to a bar before?
Salty, that is the funniest.
So he highlighted where she said, you good thing you weren't at Lady Bird Lake. As a journalist, he didn't ask any questions. That's not very journal-y of him. I remembered that because she was eating Taco Bell and I thought Taco Bell sounded good. I bet it was good. A bar is a bar, dude. It's social situation. They are all basically the same. His vlogging had me crying with boredom. And she said his CrimeCon boots on the ground vlogging is too funny and explains everything. He clout chases like a mofo. You got to see it. Salty Sleeve said, "No, Joe can talk online because been worried about what online thinks of him."
Thing, and I can't I'm not supposed to laugh, so I'm not gonna laugh. But
Shut
yeah,
the
good
fuck
thing
up.
we weren't on Labor Lake.
Salty said, "Stop that." Do you think Lauren exploited victims? Somebody said.
Wow.
Precious said, I pray it's your last. Don't ever go back there, Lauren, Megan, and you. And I don't know about Trisha or Grayson because I've not paid them any attention. Y'all are all really acting disconnected, and it's scary to see. See, notice that she's referencing Joe, Megan, and Lauren. Those three people are in cahoots and standing up for Lauren. With everything that's been going on, and it like they're trying to back Lauren. Obviously, Lauren's trying to back herself, and everybody else is trying to back Lauren against things that even the judge and all of us can see are not reality. And for me, it hurts my heart for Crusha to say that. Like, y'all are really acting disconnected, and it's scary to see. Because for her, it probably seems that way because I think that they all used her. She doesn't pay attention to Trisha or Grayson. And it hurts my heart for her to see it this way because I think in reality, the reason that they're acting disconnected from the situation and everything is because they don't want to take accountability and they don't want to admit that they used her and her family. Me too. Me too. Crush has such a kind heart. Even after all she's been through, she offers him
Crusher,
grace
maybe
and a
we
way
can
out.
talk
He's
about
gross.
that. You and I, not on a live, or if you want to on a live, but I assume you don't want to go on a live and talk about this. But like, it's If you're
Salty said, nobody instructed you not to laugh. Don't twist it. Somebody else said, where did you
really
keep me on
concerned
side?
about that, then we should talk about it. Like I'm witness number one. I'm gullible trans robot eyewitness number one. All right. That was in regards to Kresh's comment. Wait, what's no answer? Yeah, I can't answer every question.
Somebody else said, Joe, do you think you might have wimped out a little on the question to McClelland? Crusha said she needed that palate cleanser. Lisa said he, quote, answers, unquote, every question or comment like it's really hard to answer, but the truth is easy to answer. Hey, Lil Red, good to see you. He's pissing her off intentionally and then acting like he has no clue. He's deliberately manipulating Crusha and laughing at her. People fall for his poor dumb guy thing. Yep, and he's using it as the biggest shield you ever saw. And none of the questions are hard at all, but they would make him take accountability for what he did, and so he doesn't want to do that. If he just told the truth, his part would be over in this train wreck. Yep. Once in a lifetime photo bombing with Vinny, Colby, and lots of others. He really thinks they are all BFFs now. It's both sad and disgusting at the same time, if that makes sense. I get what you're saying, and that is insane to me. Hey, Max, good to see you. Crush has still tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, and he shat all over it. He did wimp out on his McClelland question. Fantastic journalist. That makes sense. He would have to be truthful. That's why it's hard. Yep. And we saw right through him, said Semi Sharp.
Start on. Okay.
Bring her up now and answer her questions. Man up, Joe.
Something's off with me.
Salty, actually, you did about
Okay.
100 times. What the fuck do you know? Did you hear their conversation that Salty had with him? No, you didn't. Kresha said, we needed that palate cleanser. Do you consider a hot dog a sandwich? You can't answer any questions. Something is off, and I don't see how anyone can support Lauren after so many are coming forward about her trying to ruin them. Not just off with you, Joe. All of you since CrimeCon, said Kresha. Miss Lucy said as long as it wasn't green chili chicken enchiladas. Something was very off. Maybe go back to true crime. Hot dog is a taco. Salty Sleuth said, Joe is just a guy who can't
I'm
own
reading
his shit.
comments.
It's your character in question and your inability to see the problems. And that's
People
the truth too,
like
if I ever heard it.
I don't know why 270 people are in here watching me read comments. Right.
I'm glad that
Danny, nothing good comes out of bars.
I'm glad that she's doing her own thing now.
And something worse came out of this, like way worse.
Oh boy, we're getting closer.
So I don't know that we've talked about that yet. And
because they are waiting for the answer to the questions like, what's your stance on Lauren now? Salty said, trust me, I laid out the problems before Crush's live. I think Joe is a great, kind, sensitive guy, period. Well, please be careful on YouTube. Do you think Lauren exploited victims for her own benefit?
we need to, like, about what happened.
California Wings, we are trying to understand and maybe help. Time heals all wounds. Crime and true crime don't mix. You survived the chicken rotisserie roast over burning hot coals. Lessons learned.
When I took the picture and after.
It's not about the fucking picture. Mm-hmm.
So I get to that. So
Yeah,
I get to that
I think
table
so.
and I sit down and I'm just sitting there chilling. And then eventually,
Yep. Kresha said, Joe, Have you ever heard me talk about how Tom Harrison used MK Ultra techniques using ketamine treatments on Tim Ballard and how he likely did the same on Chad just before the homicides happened? So to understand some of the things that she is referencing, you definitely need to go watch her channel because it goes very, very deep. As you can see, the name of her channel is Difficult Research. And she's got a lot of really interesting videos on that topic. I'm gonna grab her. I'm gonna grab her link and drop it. I'll grab Salty's too while I'm at it. But hers, they're also in the description box. Either this guy's just stupid or looking for any kind of attention. I think it's the latter of the two options there. Bring out the speculating swear jar. We're gonna be rich. I was wondering your opinion about that when you were watching on his live. With her family, they seem to have some common traits. Have you watched the
Pressure.
9-hour live? Your thoughts on the 9-hour live? Hot dog is covered. How many beers deep were you before you took the picture? Your thoughts on the strike to Crush and K? All of these questions.
So eventually, after I'm sitting down at the
You've told us about taking the picture in the affidavit many times. Dude, if you watch Crusha and Nonsense today and have particularly nothing to say, that's wild. Are you really understanding what she's talking about? Because it doesn't seem like you do. Research, sir.
table,
Nobody wants to hear about the picture. Why your blind allegiance to Lauren, especially after so much has come out about her since you were on Web Sleuths. Do you think Lauren exploited victims for her own benefit? How many times have I read that question alone?
Lauren and Grayson get there, and Grayson is freaking out and saying, "Our stalker is right there," which is where I took the picture.
That you knew was a lie.
That's where
Hold on. Someone used some on me, but I'm a redhead. Things like that don't work right on redheads. Fact. Interesting. We were talking about ketamine the other day. I've never done it, never wanted to. Like they're using it as therapy now, evidently. Feed and Bean said, I wonder if he was taking tequila shots too. Probably to influence her to take tequila shots. And it's concerning to me that he was getting her to take
I
tequila
took the
shots.
picture.
6'7". 6'7".
Because somebody who was sitting with me said that's a stalker, and now they're so close to me.
If you were just sitting there, why take the pic? So they moved toward the victim. Enough about the damn bar. What about everything since and after? Way worse, and I hope you figure out where you're at, Joe. Just pay attention. Salty warned you. Difficult. Kresha said, how do you feel Christina is an actual stalker of Lauren, or could it have been a misunderstanding or a miscommunication? Move seats to get closer, said somebody else.
If you're okay, yeah, that's a good question. Christine, that is an
Dave.
excellent question. If you're just sitting there, why take the pic? So,
Yep. This person has super chatted a couple of times and he's ignored it. Please no 6'7". That's what they said in chat. Do you think Lauren exploited victims for her own benefit? They sent this question again via super chat. Another
so
good
the
question.
people
says,
that
well,
are taking pictures of this encounter are not doing it right. So I'm like, that's not how you take a stalker pic. This is how you take a stalker pic. And I went off to the side to make a more perpendicular angle on the situation. And that's the picture that's in the court documents now.
why would he do that? Again, I reference power dynamics, trying to seem like, oh, I'm a necessary person. I'm a necessary friend. That's not how you do that. Let me show you how to do that. Let me impress you. Let me try to impress you so you'll like me and you'll befriend me. Meanwhile, Lauren and her manipulative self knows that he's going to do this and he's just trying to impress them. So he goes forward and does this thing, trying to impress them. And regardless of whether he knew what he was doing was wrong or not, either you knew it was wrong or you were trying to impress them, and then you go and buy her tequila shots and all the fucking things. It all goes back to power dynamics. Why are you so concerned with impressing Lauren motherfucking Matthais and Grayson? I fucking wonder. I fucking wonder. Simi Joe, he knew he screwed up. He didn't want to face it. He betrayed his community. Yep, and that's a big thing. Instead of Joe Schmoe, change it to that's a good question. Every time he says that's a good question, he deliberately ignores. Yep. Salty Sleuth said another good question. Crusher said, did Lauren give you the sense that she needed to be protected? What was I slipping around on doctor? Allegedly, something like that. Allegedly. Joe, can you educate us on how to take a proper pic of a stalker? Not doing it right. With a question mark, says Salty Sleuth.
That's me saying you're not taking a stalker pic right. I'm going to go show you how to take a stalker pic.
Lauren motherfucking
Because
Matthais
I
did,
believed, and
That's
if
how I
I'm
refer to
correct,
her.
there was actually a court order out
Bye, Max. Have a good day. Yep.
that this person wasn't
None.
supposed to be within so many feet of the person that told me that they're not supposed to be in so many feet. So
Salty Sleuth said, a correct way to take a stalker pic? What the fuck? The truth is slowly coming out, but Christina was there first and you guys moved over and over again. Why are we still calling her a stalker? How does one take a proper stalker pic?
that's what
And
I
he
did.
freezes.
I said, I'm going to show you how to take a stalker pic. And that's what I did. Holy cow. And now
Crusher said, Joe, so you care about Lauren, right? And you say you care about me. Could your memory possibly be misremembering? Salty said, we understand, Joe. Move on. Because again, it's not about the fucking crime con shit. It's about everything that happened afterwards. SueTube, it's not just me seeing that he's being different tonight, right? Something is definitely off.
now I'm where I am.
Whoa. She was at the bar first. Can you not see how that unfolded? Temporary protection
Joe,
order.
so you care about Lauren and you say you care about me. Could your memory be misremembering?
So again, that super chat went up. That person has super chatted 3 or 4 times at this point, and he's not answered any of those questions at all. I'm sorry, Joe. I don't think even Grayson wants anything to do with you. You are 25 years older and not her type. Why was he trying? I mean, I hate to say it, but would Jay for Justice, when she called him a pedophile, she might have been right. I mean, in my opinion, that's just my opinion only. Not necessarily a pedophile. Let me take that back. I don't think he's necessarily a pedophile, but it's fucking weird that you're buying a 24-year-old shots of tequila and appearing to try to impress her. Let me put it that way. And be mad and hurt and upset that I said that because I
No.
don't got no feelings for this dude one way or another.
No.
Salty said, you are where you are because of your actions, Joe. Crusher said, okay, just asking.
No.
Well, I feel so compelled to get involved, said somebody. Why would you want to come out like if everyone's just going to bash you? Have you ever talked to John? Is Lauren playing you? So what's your stance on Lauren now? All of these questions in the chat. Actions you took after CrimeCon are very concerning, said Salty Sleuth. Another good question.
Kresha, this is what I'm going to say to you. And I'm saying it publicly only because I'm alive right now and because because I'm alive right now.
Damn, Joe, you're clearly holding back, bro. Joe, did
I
Lauren
will take
order
you
the code
over
red?
Lauren 93 days out of.
Okay, again, with what he's saying, I would take you over Lauren 93 days. What the fuck ever. His eyes are closed. He's fucking lying.
Yeah, because I'm alive right now.
Watch him close his eyes to say this.
I will take.
Quickly, Crush just said, if it were only Joe or only Megan, then I'd feel like something strange happened at CrimeCon. Salty Sleuth said the whole thing I'm witnessing is concerning.
You over Lauren 93 days out of 92 and every day on Sunday because you are a real person and I believe in you, and I believe in your honesty, and I don't. And Lauren, and fuck, everybody's going to take what I just said because I'm on live, because everybody's going to take that and run with it, and I'm okay with that.
Precious said, I'm not asking you to choose a side. He's not a good liar. He has tells that are so obvious. He really does. Oh my goodness, Abellis, thank you so much for gifting 20 speculation station memberships. Good gracious. Those went to a bunch of people. Wendy Williams enters the chat. Autism Grandma ×3. Dizzy. Kristen Singleton. Helen B. 1-800 Fraud Busters. Wendy Matthais. Mama Turn. Charlene Shanks. Butterfly 23. Beekeeper. Cheryl Higgins. Lovely Hope. Pam J. Sue Joy. Colorburst Silk. Mavika, and Joe Gardner. Thank you so much, Abellis, for gifting 20 Speculation Station memberships. That was so very sweet and supportive and amazing of you. You're so awesome, Abellis. And thank you for the information on Lauren that we're going to listen to after this, too. Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate you gifting the gift of more videos to people and for the support, my dear. I will grab the Polar Express because I know you like that one and pick everybody up on the way to Speculation Station. Thank you so much, Abellis. I greatly appreciate it. I know you try to get everybody in the chat. Thank you so much, Abellis. I'm sorry you didn't get one, Max. Wendy said, thank you so much. That was so sweet. Skibbity foop. I can't get over your name. Shraddha, good to see you, love. We're going to talk about that when we get done.
I'm
with this
okay.
name.
But Kresha, no. I'm not.
Michelle said, I'm concerned about your lack of interaction with your quote friend, unquote, Crusha after CrimeCon. California, are you mortified and embarrassed? I would be and am being duped big time by the Lawrence. Salty Sleuth, our faults yet again.
Gonna go with her, and I never have.
Peaceful.
But I did believe she was a friend. I believe Grayson was a friend. Like, we spent many days together in Phoenix. And we
You can't scare a mama bear said, are you falling asleep?
got friendly, which is what reporters do. But there's a difference between.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Somebody said friendly. Go on. How motherfucking friendly did you get? Hey, Abraham, good to see you. Feed 'em Bean said, Joe should have said, yes, Crusha, I completely understand why you're asking me those questions. And to the best of my knowledge, no. Easy answer instead of acting like he has no idea why she asked. Right. But he'd have to take accountability. Friends like him, you don't need enemies. I don't understand why I call it his whittle man ego wouldn't let him take accountability. Like, it's his ego, it's his reputation, his personal image, what he perceives. If you're so upset about being duped, if you really were duped, which I don't think you were, then take accountability, move on, apologize to the people that you need to apologize to, and move on. But then again, I mean, thinking about how he used Kresha, I don't really think that he should be around anybody, honestly, in the true crime community if you're going to use victims like that. He does. I've noticed that a couple of times. That he sure perks up talking about Grayson. Montreal, that's cool. Everybody needs a Grayson, said Joe Schmoe. Did he really say that? He probably did. I think I remember him saying it. That's gross.
Friendship and trust and association and fuck. Crusha
did not copyright strike you. You work together. You're sorry. Your allegiance is
Who's falling
understandable.
asleep? There.
He sorry about the rooster. He keeps avoiding every question. Kresha did not. Oh, we read that one. Sometimes it's necessary to take a side when someone guts so many. Actions speak louder than words. Kresha said, "Do you think Lauren will be mad at us if you choose our friendship? Who is making you feel you have to choose?" Salty said, "Reporters? You mean YouTubers?" Kresha said, "I'm never making you choose." Uncle Tim, did you get tricked, Joe? It sounds like maybe you got tricked. But
Yeah, they're asking about if I'm falling asleep, and what I just said, Kresha, I'll say it again if I need to say it again. Like, this is
wow.
ridiculous. This has gotten ridiculous, and what's happened to you is ridiculous, and what's happened to your family is. And I'm nobody in the middle of it.
They said, "Did you bang her?" Talking about Grayson. Did Joe even notice that everyone was shunning Lauren and Grayson? I doubt it. It's disgusting to me that he would even try to give that girl the time of day. Like, because she's not giving him the time of day. I mean, and that's why Jay called him what she did, in my opinion. And it is. It's predatory behavior. So much, but did Lauren see that and use it? I don't know if Grayson necessarily did. She might have seen it and used it too. I mean, I think everybody was using everybody in this situation except for the victims of a family. They were being used, and that's what's sick.
But I thrust myself in the middle of it in this whole CrimeCon thing, and I'm coming clean with you now. So
Fuck. He won't answer questions in his chat, but controlled the questions in Salty's chat and made her go back to them. And that's another thing to point out because Salty responds to this afterwards. And I'll try to, if we have time today, I'll try to go over that to start that stream at least. Because yeah, but it's because there's also a dynamic you guys need to know about, like, on Salty's show, he does stuff as if, like, "Oh, I can be more open here, or I can do this or that," as if he doesn't have respect for her channel, and her intentions as a creator. But on my channel, you gotta be a certain way, present yourself a certain way, as if we're in the middle of the pew in the front row at church on my stream. Because I have respect for my stream and my community, but none for Salty's stream and Salty's community. That's what it looks like to me, and like kind of trying to control it because I'm Joe motherfucking Schmoe. I'm here now. Like, you need to do what I say because I'm on your panel. I'm gracing you with my presence. That's just what I see from the outside. I don't know the inside. He won't. Oh, we read that. It says this isn't hard to figure out, says Salty Sleuth. Joe refused to see the truth. He didn't even look at the evidence that was out there, supposedly. Did he just say he was sleepy? That goes to show how serious he was taking that conversation. Mm-hmm. I know you, yeah, you cuss on your channel, I cuss on mine. It just seems like I don't know, a respect thing to me, looking from the outside in. Like, the fact that he's demanding that you go back and chat and answer certain questions. Why? Like, why would you do that? First of all, you can't answer questions on your panel, but then you're going to go on somebody else's panel and demand that they go back and answer certain questions and do things a certain way. It seems to me like he's thinking, I'm gracing you with my presence. You need to do what I tell you to do. You need to answer, go back and look at the questions. Again, that's just me looking from the outside and from the way that I would think that he was doing. I don't know because I'm not the inner workings of it, and um all of that. I'm not fake. What you see is what you get. No, he felt free on my channel. Okay, thank you for the clarification. Yes, she is. And I really want to go over the first part of that at the very least because she did. And everybody was so grateful to Salty for how she treated him and how she made him be held accountable to the best of her ability. And I'm grateful for that too. Let me grab. quickly. This is Salty Sleuth, and it is linked in the description box. And I'm gonna grab her link and drop it for you guys. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Let me grab that link. She did it with respect, though. Yep, he didn't cuss on his channel, but would on Salty's. That's what I mean. Like, if you want to present this image of like you're a choir boy, you don't cuss, all this, that, and the third, but then you go on Salty's channel where you know it's a little bit more laid back and you feel more free, but yet you're making sure that she goes back in chat and like, you need to answer that question, you need to answer that question, we need to answer this question. It makes me feel like you're taking over the channel. Why? Why? Because I'm gracing you with my presence. Excuse me, I swallowed wrong. I don't know, but you zip it. But that's just what I would pick up on from the outside looking in. I have a lot of respect for Salty Sleuth. She seems very intelligent and very real, and I greatly appreciate that. Your sub to Salty's awesome. Oh, I'm trying to play Salty's channel.
Kresha, you don't have to make me choose. I already chose.
No, you didn't. If you chose, you would answer questions and be genuine with her. That's awesome. Salty seems very genuine, and I like her very much. I have a lot of respect for Salty. Salty said, Jesus, I called him out on the cussing months ago. He created a channel where they don't cuss, all a fake persona. Yep. And that's, I don't like that shit either. Like, if you're gonna be why do you feel it necessary to make a fake persona? Why do you got to be fake at all? Why not just be yourself? If you're yourself, people will like you, or they won't. I mean, it is what I don't like that shit either. Salty Sleuth on the live said, "This is ridiculous. What happened to Kresha's family is devastating. This isn't about CrimeCon, Joe." And again, I mean, like I've said several times before, please keep in mind that they've had a conversation on this subject, what the actual issue is, all of the things for hours before the live, and for days before that. She created a thumbnail. She told him that she would help him. I mean, and he's just throwing all of it away, acting like he doesn't know at all what the fuck anybody's talking about. And her, along with other people, have told him, and they've had these conversations behind the scene. But then he comes up here and puts on this whole fucking fake show for everybody on there. Salty's getting attacked in chat like she's being a bitch, and she's not. Everybody. And then he's like, "The shit with Miss Woozy, I don't want to call you out, Miss Woozy, but I'm going to call you out because you were there." But Miss Woozy rolled the fuck out and went to go smoke because she knew you were on some fuck shit. And she said, "I'm not being a part of this." So what the fuck you calling her out for? Because you can't take accountability? Like, all of these things, all of these things compile into one big fucking mess. Salty looks at the facts and documents, and we have real talks about cases. Yes. And I love that. Salty said he thought he was a hotshot because he highlighted possible juror misconduct in the Vallow case in Arizona. He got a little attention and it went to his head. See, nope.
I already
Wow.
did. Nobody's making me do it either. I'm just saying.
Nothing and everything all at once. None of what you were supposed to say, everything you
I'm
didn't
just
want
saying,
to.
you don't make me choose. I already chose.
Somebody put, "This is so sad. I hope Christina uses
And
her attorney
people are going to
against
come at me
Lauren."
for it, and I'm okay with that. People are coming at me anyway. Like,
Precious said, "Why are people coming at you, Joe?"
we have people in chat asking if I'm asleep. Did I fall asleep? No, it's just I'm trying to be thoughtful.
While the smear campaign continues, this is nuts. Salty said, "Coming at you."
I'm trying to be thoughtful. That's all. But Kresha has been my friend. I consider my friend, whether or not she does after this, I don't know, but Kresha has been my friend since the beginning of Lori Daybell's trials, and we've
Salty said all, and then put the green guy up that's hiding his face on this. Hawkeye, good to see you. I'm sorry if I didn't say hey to you. One thing I can't stand are two-faced people, and he is exactly that. That's what it appears. She said all, and then put this little guy that's like, stop it. Has Lauren called you, Joe? Do people sleep talking to 266 people? What have you learned from all this? If all you did was take a picture, don't stress it. You sound like my husband when I asked him if he was cheating on me, and I knew he was. Don't say her name anymore. Just say the truth. Why do you care if people are coming out for you?
gone into some really deep stuff. But she's always been real with me, and I'm trying to be real with her in this moment. Okay. We're going to have
Crusha said, would you go back to CrimeCon, or was it worth all the backlash from the things that happened at CrimeCon? Michelle, your friend did not deserve to hear from you. You knew what Lauren said and did. TC, Joe was your question at CrimeCon on the Delphi panel and coordinated question with McClelland, Holman, Hendricks, and anyone else associated with that panel. Amanda, Salty Sleuth, you've made your something. Why don't you just stop now? I wish people wouldn't speak on things they don't know. It irritates. Lord, I have just met Salty Sleuth and we had that panel together, but like everybody coming at her in this chat is like literally pissing me off. Because I'm like, you don't even know like what happened, and y'all are coming at her for no
to
reason.
go.
Of course you have to
Do
fucking
people
go.
sleep talking?
He just closes his eyes when he's live, and he doesn't
like
he's not
God damn it, I
asleep.
got to stop laughing. I'm not supposed to laugh because this is a
Mm-hmm.
serious. This is a serious situation.
Hey,
So
Butterfly.
I'm not laughing about that. I'm saying if you have questions for
Yep.
me about what happened at CrimeCon,
Nobody gives a fuck about CrimeCon, dude. Crusha, please be careful. I seriously would not trust
if you have
Joe.
questions for what happened at CrimeCon, ask me. I don't think I got roofied. I don't think I got hypnotized.
True Crime Butterfly said, stop making a mockery and twisting things. Joe, are you an
I really
ex-Mormon?
don't. I thought that I was sticking up for a friend who said at the moment there was a stalker right there, and they were afraid, but like I don't even remember what they said, so I'm not going to quote that, but I was in the moment reacting to that. That's the picture that was taken. That's the affidavit that was made.
Salty Sleuth said, this isn't about CrimeCon. You were not drugged, in capital letters. Crusha said, that's people's criticism that's gotten to your head, and it does manipulate your behaviors now. Somebody else with a red question mark in front and behind said, can we please be done with CrimeCon? Why the blind allegiance to someone who has a pattern of hurting so many? He said, I'm so sorry I missed that, Salty. I would have stuck up for you, girl. Oh, I know. If I had known about this, I would have too. That's right. We were on fire over folks making comments, not getting it or understanding. Right. And he's not doing a fucking thing to help y'all. They didn't even want the wrenches, and he's just letting y'all be fucking crushed. Why? I mean, again, so frustrating. He's worried about himself. Joe has a habit of laughing at the most inappropriate times because I think he thinks it's all funny. I mean, some people laugh when they're nervous. And could that be it? Maybe. But to me, it's more like he thinks it's all very fucking funny. Some people can never commit themselves. Here's one of them.
No, I wasn't drugged. Son of a bitch. Yes. Yes.
He highlighted, can we please be done with CrimeCon? Why the blind allegiance to someone who has a pattern of hurting so many? Wait, he was drugged now, said somebody else. Miss Woozy, my head is going to explode. It is what it is. Is this a struggle session? And then Salty Sleuth said, and he ignored my text about it in real time. Because it was easier to throw y'all under the bus and not take accountability.
Yes, Justine, yes. Please, can we all be done with it? Can we all be done with it, please? For the love of God, please let's be done with it.
Now, y'all, this is the second day we've talked about all these fucking questions in chat that he never answers, and he just wants to be done with it. Still ain't apologized sincerely, in my opinion. Do you find it weird they moved closer to the victim? Asked someone. Krusha said, could you have been manipulated? Like, is it a possibility that you were possibly drugged and have no memory of it? Miss Woozy said, my head's about to explode too. Someone else said, no, we can't move on. Joe, he's repeating what Lauren said.
All right. Let's see, what time is it? It's 1 o'clock in the freaking morning. Good grief. And
Hey, content. I'm glad that
so
you
I got to
did too.
go. Unless you have any more questions. All right. No, there are starred comments here.
Salty said, Joe, oh my God, tone deaf and cannot read a room. Pathetic. Jackie reminds me of a real estate agent. If she didn't like a house she showed me, she'd say, all those houses we've seen, this is one of them. She wasn't allowed to say more. Little Bit said, did he give them wrenches knowing people pay extra attention to those comments and they stand out? I know that they didn't want wrenches and he just gave them to him for that he didn't ask them or anything. When he answers a question, he'll be done with it. I think it's nervous laughter, but that's giving him the benefit of the doubt. Somebody else said, answer the second part of my question, please. Nobody needs drugs to get tricked.
Let me
Did
look
you
at the
ask for
starred
any
comments real quick.
proof of the stalking?
Why would a large channel like Hidden True Crime worry about me? Exactly. That was the question I had for her.
I didn't see that question.
Holy cow. Here's the super chat. It says, are you afraid of Lauren? Not in any way, shape, or form.
Really? Crusha said, definitely a struggle session, but Joe is going to have to process some more once he ends this live. He's going to come around. I was scared of her for years, Joe. I do
Thank
too.
you, Ada K. Holy cow, there's another one from Ada K. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate your generosity. Widespread panic. Thank you so much.
Salty Sleuth said, holy cow, laughing my ass off. Miss Woozy said, you're, Crusha, you're nailing it 100%.
Much appreciate you. It's so weird because I'm just in my head. Like there's
My dad said, I may be wrong, but the saddest part of all this is that there are deceased victims, including children, that seem to be being forgotten about.
nobody else here talking back to me when I talk to myself.
Never in one live chat for a whole show. He's boring.
You know what?
So Salty said he gave us wrenches not long after he started streaming. I was never in one live chat for a whole show because he's boring. Can he withdraw his witness statement? I don't think so. I mean, he could get in trouble because he stated it under oath. Queen of Hearts, good to see you. I don't think so. Last time he was asked that question about being afraid of hidden true crime, he took such a long pause and deep breaths. Yeah. I'm wondering if he probably still is, and those victims' names are being used to hijack emotions. Yep, Betsy Sue. Same. Good to see you, Queen of Hearts.
There are a lot of people that feel that way. But okay, we're going to say this one more time before I dip out, before I end this. I inserted myself into this of my own free will and volition. Nobody asked me to take a picture. Nobody asked me to do the sworn statement. Nobody asked.
Somebody said, I enjoy watching you all. I just wish this was all behind the scenes and didn't involve subs. Yes, Lauren started it, but is anyone better for continuing this? I'm not saying run and hide, but she's dangerous. Are you afraid of Lauren's attorneys?
Me to go on Queen Bee. Nobody asked me, to go on Web Sleuth. Obviously, if they're going to bring you up, then they kind
Right.
of have to ask you. So, but not necessarily to talk about this. So this is my doing. This is my doing. This is my penance.
My
I
penance.
really, really, really appreciate
They text
all
him
of the
that
people
thing.
that have been supportive, and I have gotten several supportive messages.
You think that Lauren texted him those statements or somebody else? And then he just repeats what he had said earlier, like, we know, dude, never answering the real questions. He said it from the start, same wording, nothing new, he says, really. Question, does anyone know how long he left the stream up before taking it down? Was it immediate when it ended? I will ask the person that recorded it, that I got it from. She might still be here, I don't know. Exactly, and I take having a wrench very seriously. Yeah. It is serious. Yes, he was supposed to be a mind reader. How do you know that a statement was needed if no one asked you? Joe, what's your favorite beer? Spirit, wine. Ex-Mormon. Let me see.
Holy cow, there's already 43 new messages in chat. Good grief.
It's taken down right away, you believe? Crusher said, in your sworn statement, I read something along the lines that you said, quote, as was reported to me, I don't remember anything else. I believe so. I called it and I checked after. What did Ravana? Sorry, I was looking for Ravana. Why didn't he just confront Lauren? I mean, his reputation is at stake. Good question. Apparently and allegedly, the lawyers of Lauren and family members, including her disbarred father. Yeah, I've heard that the attorney is her brother. Someone in another chat that I was sent because they were talking about me and said I was a moderator for a few channels. I've never been a moderator. Oh, wow. Before his live, he knew we did not want the wrenches. He took it down right after it ended. Thank you, Salty.
Yeah, Kresha can navigate her channel herself if Joe's only reaching out now.
Penance, are you Catholic?
Wow.
Sorry, no, just move on. But you said you were asking.
There are too many comments in chat right now for me to respond to. And
Joe, this is not about you, for the love of God. So you white knighted for Lauren and Grayson. People, Miss Woozy, people just want to know your stance on Lauren without being vague.
don't even know what they all mean. So I'm just going to go. I'm going to try and get some sleep tonight.
But he misses, Salty Sleuth said, but he misses the majority of chat of what, okay, but he misses what the majority of chat is actually saying.
And be back tomorrow.
The fuck you
and
are.
have some energy to spend on productive things.
I don't know. I don't
Mental
think so.
energy on productive things. That's the goal.
Do not
Well,
make you a
it's
moderator.
already today,
Right.
later today, right? So
Excuses.
for all you people who are going to take this video and you're going to like stretch it out of context.
Salty said, oh my God, you talking to me? You talking to me?
I'm not even gonna say what I want to say because, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here to support me. Thank you.
Say it, Joe. Take the gloves off. Only my for one channel, and he's drama free, but First Amendment absolutist. It's easy peasy. That's cool. All you people insulting this live he's on is not productive. Yep. Depends on what level moderator. Too many questions for him to respond to. Yeah, didn't respond for any. To any. Excuse me.
To the mods who were modding, and
Miss Woozy said this was a start. Maybe not the best start, but it's a step in the right direction.
wow, really? I'm pathetic?
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Precious said, Joe, you can't be upset when you read chats that are about protecting ourselves. We are concerned for your health and safety. Something odd happened to you and Megan. Y'all aren't the same. Salty said, I did not want the wrench. Bitch. I was hopeful. I don't blame you, sweetheart. I mean, you were like you knew him in real life. I don't blame you. I think Salty might, I don't know. Salty was upset, rightfully so, during this, but she might have been hopeful too.
Kresha,
I
thank
know
you
she
for
was
dropping
before the
into
live
chat.
started. You
And
are
I'm
not
going to
pathetic.
apologize to you one more time.
A very open-ended live stream.
Thank you.
Future actions will tell.
And to everybody else, thank you too. I really hope that at some point in time we can get past this whole drama roll thing, but I put myself
You have
into
to,
it, so it's going to go where it's going to go.
you have to take accountability. Salty said, if y'all know, as of this morning, he still doesn't understand what he did. Oh my God. Now he's going to fill an empty hole with an imaginary impending justice. California said, whatever, just do you do protect yourself, said somebody else. No happening. Open-ended is correct.
Everybody have a good night. We'll talk to you later.
I'm going to mute it. The pathetic comment was him reading my comment. I think he deserved it. It was very pathetic. If that's the worst thing someone has to say about me, I'll take it. No doubt. Anyone heard from Joe since? Not that I'm aware of. I was very entertained by a comedian breaking up Lauren's live over 4 days. The only part that she would not laugh at was when Lauren compared herself to the victims. Yep, because that shit's sick. You called him pathetic. I think he deserved it. Ada K show. Fake apologizing to a vague social and legal inquiry doesn't work. Yep. Megan isn't a victim like Crusha is. I have cousins that were homicided. I don't consider myself a victim. Her talking to Crusha like she did in her live with this, she can kick rocks. I agree. Okay. Peace, Joe. Take care of yourself. You're a human, not pathetic, Joe. Please take care of yourself. I love both Joe and Crusha. Apologize equals thank you. Is Joe drinking? Miss Woozy said, I hope you have a great night. Greetings from British Columbia. Does the Mormon Church fund your channel? Is he still supporting Lauren? He's not saying shit about her. Interesting. He's not sure. Sorry, I always liked you, Joe. Somebody dropping scripture. There was no stalking. Apologize for being a simp and a dumbass. That's why I asked if he was falling asleep. Feed him beans, put a yellow heart. Y'all, I'm worried about them. They are under her coercive control. Joe says, thanks everybody for hanging out. Part of the same faction. I'm somewhat confused. What did Joe do after CrimeCon? I've been out of the loop. Yes, this is wild, Crusha. Exactly, difficult research, Crusha. I was thinking of going to CrimeCon. Not anymore, not going near that place, said Carolina. Big time, Crusha, big, said California. He does come across like someone in a hypnotic trance. Take care, Joe. Joe went to aid a case to cover a case, but not Lawrence. Really? They talk about the Valdez case. Miss Lucy said, I just hope he learns from this and does better next time. If there is a next time. I hope so too. Crusha, isn't Megan talking in a flat robotic voice on her lives? It's weird. Learned lessons, Joe. Peace be with you. Miss Woozy said the only drugs I took at CrimeCon were the ones I brought myself. Follow the money. I see what you're saying. Hopefully they listen to you and learn the hard way. Good night, all. Thank you. Crusha said, I'll be live again tomorrow around 10. Me and Awen will check on Joe too. Something ain't right about this CrimeCon trip at all. Crusha laughed, said, LOL, Miss Woozy. And I think that's the end of it. Oh, good night, Crusha. Same case Megan recently streamed about. That shit's fucking weird how they do that. Okay. Now, I know I won't be able to cover all of it today. Oh, good. You're going live later tonight because I was about to jump over to your channel. I'm going to drop your link again. And I'm going to play the live you did after this. I hope it's as long as that's okay with you. And we'll play a little bit of it. I don't think I'll be able to get through all of it. I like Awen too. And some of the things that she told me or that she talked about with them getting information about Lauren, shit that could have damn thrown the whole case out of the water. Like the mental health documents and things like that, and Awen or Alwyn did not put the documents out because she was told not to, and she knew that she wasn't supposed to have them. However, Lauren put them right on out, not caring about the validity of the case at all. Yeah, y'all definitely. I'm gonna be there. Okay, I'm gonna pin her live to the top of the chat, and we're gonna listen to some of it until we end for the day. Joe gave Megan all his info on the Landon case for Megan to cover an arrest. He didn't have the balls to cover it live. Wow. Yeah, Awen's sweet. I'm going to grab her link. All right, we're going to go over a little bit of her response, and then I'm going to ask you guys to go over there and check her out afterwards and tonight. This was the response. This is what we had to look at to kind of get an idea before I ever spoke to Salty.
Good morning, friends. How y'all doing?
I did pin your link to the top of the chat, and she said she's going live later today, not sure when yet. So thank you for that. I'm going to definitely be there. Did anyone watch Crusher last night? Really good live stream, in my opinion. Allegedly, Lauren, Lindsay, and Sarah were involved with messaging Lori Vallow, allegedly. I believe it. I watched part of it, but not all of it. But I did make sure to give her a thumbs up. You don't trust Awen. You're good. I don't know much about her. I don't have any problems with her, but I don't know. I don't know much. I've seen her streams, and if she got the information on Lori Vallow's mental health and she didn't release it, I appreciate her for that because that could have fucked up the whole case. I get it. I don't like to listen to myself either. Oh no, Kim, I'm sorry. So this was, from my understanding, the response. This is what we wouldn't listen to before we ever talk to anybody trying to understand the situation. And like I said, I'm not going to be able to get through all of it. So whatever we don't get through today, you guys go check her out and watch the rest of this live. It's called Coffee and crime conversations from 11 days ago. I did pin her link to the top of the chat.
This morning. Grab your coffee and have a seat. Let's chill out and have a conversation. The final conversation. Because unlike some people, we don't really deal in drama until they thrust you to the center of it. So we'll have a talk about that here in a minute. Y'all welcome on in. I am so over that we even have to continue this sort of conversation. But some of us have boundaries. We'll talk about boundaries and how when you don't let people cross your boundary, you're now the bad guy. Little HTC vibes going on right there, if you ask me.
I don't think you sound medicated. You were trying to be calm.
Yes, ma'am,
I
I
couldn't
know you
imagine.
are. And my mind has been on my mods all night long. My mods are my friends. And I don't shit on my friends at the expense of to save myself a little face. Let me light my cigarette because I got disgusting habits. And I own my shit like a big girl.
See, I like Salty because she's straight up. Mm-hmm.
I'll toss my lighter on the desk too in a stance here. Let me, should I come in hot and bothered, running my little southern mouth senselessly? Is that what I should do? Because you expect it. You done pushed the wrong fucking button. Oops, did I just cuss on my own channel? Yeah, you fucking did. At least I didn't have to go to somebody else's channel to behave badly and run back.
So yeah, Salty. Yeah, I'm smoking too, to be honest. Salty. If you haven't heard her, you will definitely fall in love with her. Everybody I know that's actually went and listened to her has really liked her. This is Salty Sleuth Investigates, Abraham, the Salty that's in chat, and she's responding, not responding to, but talking about the live that Joe did. Timmy Sharp said, Salty mods are some of my best chat friends. That's awesome. And I love it. Everybody does.
To my own and pretend to be something I'm not. And you want to call that out on a live like it was a thing. Man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. That little display of bullshit I saw last night really got under my skin. Really got under my skin. And I got I have another great question.
Great question.
And I don't need you to reassure me that it was a great question. Why is that live on a private mode right
her.
now, immediately after it ended? Was it because of me? Or was it because of Kresha? Coming in with legitimate, real questions. The woman that was done wrong had legit questions. Imagine that.
You are, but I mean, I think everybody's here for it. It's very unique and refreshing, honestly. Not to be confused with rude or aggressive, she's direct, and there's a difference. Absolutely, Abraham. I agree.
Among all them other questions flying through chat, boy, you was just mesmerized by the numbers and the amount of chatters. There were so many you couldn't keep up. That was real funny, wasn't it? Mind-blowing even. Because that's what we do when we're live, right, sirs? Watch the numbers. If they start to go down, it's time to get
Absolutely.
offline. Kind of shit is that? I don't even look at that number. I didn't know for a long time what that number right there, that little eyeball on my screen, even fucking meant. Apparently, some of y'all study that shit. Your metrics, right? It's all about your metrics. You can't even make a fucking thumbnail. Let's talk about why that live took so long to happen. Everybody, not everybody, let me take that back. Let me take my words back. Because I need to be real clear. Because there's some really confused individuals out there, and I can't help y'all. I don't try to fix stupid.
I love it because, I mean, really, there was no fixing it. Like, there's no help for you if you don't understand at this point. In that chat and here or wherever, Miss Wheezy said, if you're too busy looking at numbers, you're not busy enough covering the content. Exactly.
Bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
Yes, exactly. Ruth Ann caught it live. I wish I'd have known I wish I'd have known about her and everything when it was live. I sure would have been in there showing support, but I have since learned who she was, and I try to go show support every time that any of my people are live.
I can't fix what somebody else broke. Unlike Dr.
Yep.
John, I don't go out and hold free therapy sessions for the world, diagnosing everybody, offering thoughtful advice that will get
That
you
he's
through that
never
moment
met.
you're having. That ain't my gig, man. That's on you. You got a problem with me coming in and asking some questions of a man who claimed to be everybody's friend, and I'm the problem? That's rich, people. Go hate watch Dago some more and come back with that shit later. Because you don't watch true crime. You hate watching other individuals, and then you gathering up and you gathering spot and talking about them.
Yep.
Anybody got questions for me, please drop them in chat. I'm a very direct individual, and I'll be happy to answer them honestly. Because we're going to unpack honesty here in a minute, too. I got a lot to unpack, apparently. I should have made a fresh-ass pot of coffee, but I don't got me a fancy producer like Grayson running around at my beck and call, doing all the work for me. Because I'm
I love
just so
it.
busy and got all this style, and I'm above y'all. Don't even know how to make a thumbnail.
See, I don't know. There's not a lot I can say because she says it all for herself and she lays down the line on this. Like she lets him have it. And so there's not a lot I can say, but I appreciate y'all recognizing real.
Excuse number 115 that I heard up until last night, 5 minutes before the live popped off. I can't make a thumbnail. I can't go live. Hold up, dude. I'll be right back with your thumbnail. Give me 5 minutes. What you want it to say? Keep it simple, Salty. Joe Schmoe speaks. Joe Schmoe breaks his silence. Dude, you broke your silence a few hours ago on my live stream, remember? Come up with something better. So I sent you 2 thumbnails because for some reason you couldn't access all your old thumbnails that your art department had created for you. You were lost.
That's all right. You're good in the chat.
That's the only thing holding you up, Bubba. Hold on, I'll help you out. Because I'm a friend. So I sent you 2 very simple, black background, your avatar, Joe Schmoe speaks. But you didn't upload them and use them. And you went live anyway.
And I honestly think that's because it was just an excuse. He was pulling every excuse in the book not to go live, not to apologize. Not 1 but 2 and still lost. At least you get the reference. Right. I told him just use his profile picture with a plain background. It didn't have to be that complicated. He was looking for any excuse not to do it, I think. There's a reason a psychologist would be offering free therapy sessions. Mm. You know?
And apparently you didn't know how to upload the thumbnail because you chose to
Yes.
have the Mona and High Bridge as your fucking thumbnail. Really? A spot where 2 little girls lost their lives in the woods at the hands of somebody? Tone deaf much? I need to go live and gaslight the entire community the way Dr. John did, and have my people come in and support me. And then they're all going to run away because y'all big bullies are here calling me names. What really set you off during this whole entire thing? What really got under your skin the most? Jay for Justice got under your skin the most. Shout out, Jay. You did it, girlfriend. You fucking did it. Oh my God, you called him a name on a live that he didn't appreciate. I'm pretty sure that Lauren was calling Crescia some pretty bad names behind her back.
And see, the name that Jay called him was a pedo, okay? And I'm sorry, but if you're buying shots for a 24-year-old, while it's not technically illegal, the age gap there it shows me that, and the fact that you're trying to impress her or whatever the fuck was going on is a little bit of pedophilic tendencies, in my opinion. But the point that Salty's making here is you didn't give a fuck about how Crescia felt or anything. You just used the fuck out of her, and you're gonna cry because Jay for Justice called you a pedo? Really? Really, dude? That's where the fuck we're at. Yeah, he used the Monon High Bridge in Delphi, Indiana, as his thumbnail. And actually, what happened is he didn't use any thumbnail at all, I think, because I'll show you why I think that. If that was his thumbnail, I didn't see the thumbnail, but, like, if I don't make a thumbnail, on mine, it shows the speculation that's in red, which is this picture right here, like, that's what it shows if I don't make a thumbnail. I'll show you mine real quick. See, if I don't make a thumbnail, it does speculation like that in big red letters. So I'm thinking he didn't use a thumbnail at all, and that's why it showed the bridge, which is the bridge where 2 girls lost their lives by somebody. Perv, not ped. Okay, sorry. Perv. I apologize. Perv. And that I agree with that. Thank you for the correction on that. Pervert. And considering the age gap, and you're trying to buy this young girl tequila shots and appear to be doing anything you can to please Lauren Matthais and Grayson at CrimeCon and after, because after is what's important, and not at all concerned about what Lauren has said, done, or any of the concern for Crusha at all or her family is what's important. Yep, he's trying to be a sugar daddy with no money. Yeah, Michelle, there's a lot going on there too. It is.
You didn't seem bothered by that.
He lied.
Really,
Yep.
when I brought it up, how salty. Oh my God, salty. Yeah, Joe. You're a man of facts, right? You like to see the facts. I continued to lay out those facts for you on a daily basis. Didn't I, Joe? All them nice supporters want me to take it offline and have a conversation with Joe. Guess what? I did. Just like I did with Dago. And I tried everything I knew to help that man get through this drama he caused that he wants us to fucking just let go.
And that's what's frustrating for me, because everybody was attacking her in the chat, and he's acting like none of the things beforehand ever happened as far as the conversations and the accountability that was had, and I mean, she helped him. She even made him a damn thumbnail, like, and he still didn't use it.
And I don't want to misquote any fucking body, so hold up. Let's not misquote it. Let's make sure I don't spread misinformation. Unlike you. You got an apology over there, right? Because that last case you were deep diving and working on, you made a mistake and publicly said something that
Yep.
wasn't true. That wasn't the first time in that particular case, was it?
Skibbity Foopa Flap said you couldn't have made it more plain in the live, Salty. He didn't want to budge. It's a bit like a cult, in my opinion. He tried to make it seem like I had a personal problem that nobody else had. Yes, he did. And people fell for the shit. Salty has helped Joe since he started his channel, ungrateful ass. I had no idea. Wow. That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up. I missed you. I missed the live you were in the other day. I went back and watched. That was very kind of you. I don't. Okay. No, Sheila, we're not mad that he didn't. Well, no, it's so much more than that. I don't really give a shit that he didn't make a thumbnail. The thing about the thumbnail is that he made every excuse in the book not to come live and be held accountable or take accountability for what he did to the family of a horrific crime and using them for their name and their tragedy, like a lot of people do. And to the extent of he claimed to not know what to do, not know what to say, not know how to make a thumbnail, just grabbing onto every excuse he could not to do what he needed to do. And then he made that live that was deleted that we just went over, to make it seem like he was doing what he needed to do, yet didn't do anything at all. I recently moved, no internet yet, streamed once using hotspot. We'll try again tonight. Yep, I was there. We were getting pizza. I was driving in the car. I remember.
No. But I'm going to let
It's a
that
very
part
long
go.
story. Nice to see you, Sheila.
Feel like I did. So can we be done with it? Like, can we fucking move on?
So we would love to. We would fucking love to, my man.
Can we? Like, okay.
What? You got a thought all by yourself?
Not if Crash is hurt, not if Kay's hurt. Out of all this, no. And I feel like I did. So can we be done with it? Like, can we fucking move on? Can we? Like, okay. No.
But there's a lot more to it, Sheila. You got to look at the whole situation, and that the dynamics of the whole situation. And it would. I'll try to explain it to you when I get a second or before I close the live out today. It's a lot to go over, so I'll have to recap at towards the end. Mustang. I don't talk much about Richard Allen anymore. I read over the court documents and things. I believe he's innocent, yes. But that's not a case that we cover extensively at this point. I don't know what else I could do. But I've got subs that think he's guilty and they just don't come. If I'm covering that case, it will be on the thumbnail. He is taking advice from Salty and myself. I don't know who else he was talking to except for Lauren. Yeah, you wouldn't get blocked, Mustang. Even if you disagree with me, I'm not going to block you. I'm not that type of person. Actually, I like when people disagree with me because it can make me see something that I haven't seen yet. It can make me understand something from a different point of view that I haven't understood yet. Sounds, oh yeah, okay, we read that. I agree with the Bellis. I just saw dollar bills leaving his eyes.
Not if Crash is hurt, not if Kay's hurt.
Oh,
Out of all this, no.
nobody
And I
believes.
feel like
Yep.
I did. So
Okay. So we need to move on because apparently we are the problem.
No, you won't get attacked here, sweetheart.
We didn't go on web sleuths and have undying support for someone without looking at the evidence and facts. I still don't blame you for that. Never did. It's what came after, remember? What came after?
Slothy Joe. I
You
like that name.
decided to take your voice to a trauma channel, but you want us to get over the drama and just move on. Why did you go to that trauma channel again? What was your excuse? You needed to go to an opposing side? Because we're
Okay, so you say you know the dynamics. You were there in person for a lot of it. You guess you just don't agree with my conclusions, and you're free to have that opinion. I respect that. My conclusion, what I see and what I understand, is that he moved closer, knowingly taking that picture and then writing a whole court statement, a witness affidavit under oath in a court of law where he could be jailed for lying, knowing that it was presented as a lie. He's also buying shots for Grayson and trying to buddy up to Lauren Matthais. Why? Power dynamics, to get money, to get subs, to get people on his live streams. Then he uses Lauren to get close to Crusha. Crusha is the family of the victim of a horrific crime. And he's such good friends with her that they're doing live streams together for on and off about a year, from my understanding. It might have been a year solid, 6 to 9 months or something to that effect. Okay. And then Lauren come out and struck Crusha for stupid shit, sharing pictures of her family. Silenced Kay Woodcock, Crusha, a lot of people basically made it to where they couldn't speak on the situation. Meanwhile, Joe is still taking up for Lauren, not apologizing to Crusha and not admitting that anything he did was wrong or that he should have looked at it from a different perspective. He attempted to apologize there, but let me be the first to tell you, as I was referencing earlier, I could not be a victim's advocate because I have a lot of trauma that I need to unpack. I have been through some shit, y'all, and I'm here to tell you I have been through some motherfucking shit, okay? And I can tell that that man was not being honest at all from his body language or anything like that. I've lived a different life and I can see different things maybe. So I respect your opinion. I just respectfully disagree. But you're free to have your opinion here, and I don't want you to think you would get blocked because we don't do that. I like people are free to have their own opinions. And I respect it as long as nobody's being rude.
all just too skewered and got tunnel vision over here. They'll help you unpack it fairly because you're a man of facts. I continued to lay out the facts all the way up to Crusha's live. Me, along with some other, apparently you're talking to a whole lot of people out there, Joe. Like a lot of people,
Right. Can I
according to
ask?
you. That could be a fantasy, I'm not sure.
Okay, so I definitely was not at the Arizona trials. If you don't mind me asking, what experience do you have there? Like, what do you know that I don't? I would love to be educated. Ravana says using courts to violate someone's constitutional rights is never going to fly well in the average population. We like what little rights we have left, and we don't need Mar-a-Lago Nancy trying to silence.
But you wanted to get on that live and
Yeah.
see my comments and highlight it and not like pin it, but say it and use it as if I was coming at you some sort of way for no reason. As if we hadn't had multiple conversations privately, Joe. Because unlike that group of women you like to hang around with, I'm not messy.
And ain't gonna be. Right.
And for those who think I'm being cryptic, I apologize. I don't know what I was cryptic about. I couldn't state it any more clearly, I thought. So let me be very clear one more time. I never approved of the way that Christina chick handled her business. I do not approve of the way Lauren has chosen to handle her business. I absolutely do not approve of a team of people buddying up behind the scenes for a fucking story to go after a family members, to get their stories, to promote on their channels, to make
See, that's the big thing here.
you all think they're concerned for victims.
And then imagine being those victims, those family members, and thinking that, what if you believed all these people and you thought that they were really concerned and they were your friends? And then to find out when some shit goes down, they ain't got your back. They don't give a fuck. I could not imagine. You did not see what happened to Lauren as a stalker. I don't see it like that either. But what Salty is referencing here is that Christina, on the flip side of that, she also got very upset because Lauren called her annoying and then went on TikTok and started creating all these videos, which I don't necessarily disagree with. But she's saying, like, if she was going to hire her to do business, where it's not a very professional, business like approach to somebody calling you annoying. It's not that she agrees with Lauren either. It's just it's not professional to do what she did, if I understand correctly. Abella says, Salty, I love your voice and your accent. You sound like you're in a classic film. That's super cool. She kind of does. I love it too.
We're missing that. No, no, no. Salty's a bully. Y'all leave Joe alone. I'm not worried about Joe. This ain't about me. So for those of you women or men or whatever are confused, this is about me and I got hurt feelings because I thought he was my friend. I don't have feelings. There's a few there, but I only give them to a very few people because of people like this man. Clout chasing at its finest, ma'am. Scream it from the rooftops because that's all it was about. Clout chasing. My little old tiny channel wasn't big like Lauren's, so therefore my voice was fucking, well, who are you, Salty? You're going to go out there and tout our friendship, Joe. I hope people in your chat defending you against me caught on to how much you were promoting our friendship.
And that's important to remember. As someone who has a YouTube stalker who has forced me to delete all of my social media, I think there is a degree of stalking going on, not a 9 hours live worth. I almost threw down with Lauren at Lori's sentencing. Okay. I'm sorry you're going through that. Hmm. For me, stalking would be the classic definition, right? Like showing up at your school, at your job, at your work, or something like that, not making TikTok videos talking about how they don't like you. Because um people, when you come out here, when I come out here, I'll use myself as an example. When I come out and I put my voice and opinion out and videos out or live streams, whatever, there's going to be people out there that disagree with everything I'm saying and hate me just because I am from the South, because I have a Southern accent. They'll just hate me for any reason because the bottom, my thing scrolling on the bottom is pink, and they fucking just despise my very soul for that. And they're going to comment and they're going to always be rude and always be mean and not going to like me. They might make videos out of me. They might even dox me, which has happened to me before. But it's not stalking because I put myself out here as a public person, as a person on the internet. I'm putting myself out here. And not everybody, some people are just mean to be mean, right? So for me, Lauren Matthais, somebody making TikTok videos about you is not stalking. To me, it seems like Lauren was stalking because if we look at the CrimeCon body cam and the fact that she went to CrimeCon after Christina had already paid almost $2,000 to go almost several months, if not a year in advance. And then Lauren gets a day pass, shows up for one day and tries to present stuff in court documents to get a permanent restraining order. And those things were not the correct way, presented the correct way. That's a problem for me. Do you know what I mean? But I'm glad that you almost threw down with her. She was doing some fuck shit. Lauren was trying to be a mean girl and I'm not down. I agree with that. It's not sickening. It's kind of funny and pathetic. Right. Oh, because, yeah, I'm sorry that you're going through that. I am. Um, I don't know. I guess I haven't experienced that, thank goodness. But I mean, I have been doxxed publicly on here. But I mean, again, if we even talk about that, that's my fault because people wouldn't have the information that they had if I hadn't have done what I had done. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess I just have a different way of looking at things.
The work we've done together. Salty and I reviewed Lauren's live.
Right.
Yeah, we did. So
Oh my God.
what?
Jesus,
Struck
Brenda.
you for it. Struck Sleuthy
I'm
Goosey
so
for it
sorry.
as well. You weren't the only damn one. Cry us a fucking
Right.
river. Well, let's get stuck and hung up on Jay calling you a perv. How awful you thought that was. And was it defamation? I don't know, Joe. You tell me. You've said some pretty horrendous things about HTC before y'all became friends. You couldn't get past her fucking horrible eyebrows. I can't watch her, Salty. Those eyebrows.
I mean, any excuse in the book that he could come up with. I had a stalker figure out my anonymous channel and contact my ex-husband and kids. I would ask how they figured it out. Because even if I'm talking about myself, my name was doxed on emails that I wrote that I should have never written. Um, I'm sorry that happened to you again, but like I feel like if it's stalking, like to the extent of brakes cut, job call, breaking into your house, trying your nightgown, tying a nightgown in knots on your bed. Like to that extent, that's stalking. We need to call the motherfucking police. Like if we call the police, if it's not a situation where you can call the police and they can do something about it, then in my eyes, it would have to meet the definition of stalking, right? And even the judge said that this didn't meet the definition of stalking. Everywhere Christina was at, Lauren showed up. And if it was really stalking, it would be everywhere Lauren is at, Christina shows up. You know what I mean? And I'm really sorry you went through that. Abella said no doxing is fine no matter what, and it was not your fault. Well, I mean, but no doxing is fine. I don't agree with that at all whatsoever. But technically, they would not have that information had I not done what I did. It is my fault. But you know, I see things differently. Maybe I don't know.
I wasn't the one making fun of her looks. A bully will go online and hold a live and tear down a woman's looks all day long. And everybody will laugh and giggle and call them great. I stand up for victim's family, call you
I
out for your
appreciate that,
bullshit,
of
and I
course.
get called a bully. Imagine that. Imagine.
Unrightfully so. She should have not been called a bully. He should have stood up for her during that live and removed her wrench like he said she would. Like he said he would. And all the conversations, all the grasping at every single straw that they could grasp at to keep the shit from happening, to keep from taking accountability. I apologize. That's what irritates me and makes me sick in all of this. Lauren, yeah. Remember, nothing is private online. Information put out there can be used against people. I try to be very careful. And that's something that's most important to remember. It was nice to listen to your thoughts. It's too frustrating to type with this crazy character limit and not sound crazy. Have a good afternoon. Okay, Sheila, have a good afternoon, sweetheart. And I'm sorry that happened to you. I legitimately am very sorry that happened to you. It does suck when that happens. And I don't want you to think I was blaming you at all. I'm not. A lot of people don't. I don't know. I had watched a lot of YouTube before I made my own channel, so I knew to be very careful. Not everybody has the privilege or knowledge of knowing that. That's another reason why I blame myself, because I came on here knowing that people will do their best to get your information, and even knowing that, I still put myself out there, which I should not have done. So I don't want you to think I'm blaming you at all. Before you go, have a good day, sweetheart.
In that. So for those
Needed
of you who are
clicks is the
actually
underlying part.
coming in with your boundaries last night, I appreciate y'all.
I agree.
Because you're watching everything with an open mind and you've made up your minds for yourselves. Nobody had to get you there. Let's talk about how many times we had to hear, help me understand. You even had the nerve to want Kresha to help you understand.
Like the fucking audacity. You know what I mean? Brenda said Lauren was bullied and obviously never went through anything like that. So dramatic and needed clicks. And the thing for me, Brenda, so using you for an example, people that have actually been stalked and afraid for their life are hearing her on here talking about being bullied, and other people talking about being bullied and used and stalked and all of the thing. Oh my God, I need to seek law enforcement's help. When there's people, Laura, for you, for an example, I mean, your friend was homicided and they were breaking in your house and shit. And sometimes they can't even get stalking orders. Like, that's what's fucking scary. That's what's fucked up. There's people out here in these chats. I mean, in any chat where she was doing a 9-hour live stream, I'm sure there was people in that chat that had legitimately been stalked and afraid for their lives. And she's out here using it to try to shut somebody up that don't agree with her. That's what I saw. I was mob bullied once, but I never once thought of it as stalking. Right? There's a difference. And needing the law enforcement help, like, no, mm-mm. Megan saying social violence over and over freaking pissed me right off. Stop it, Karen. Right. It's true, though. It's bullshit when people have seen horrible things in real life. Yeah, exactly. That's a funny
Bubba,
picture in my head.
that ain't how it works. And I really about lost my shit when the suggestion came up about you being okay. And was there a possibility something happened to your drink at the crime con? And you fell for it hook, line, and sinker as if that was a possibility. Oh my God. You think that happened? Well, hell, even if it did, days later, you sobered up from it, right? Are we still walking around with brain fog today? Confused about what you did?
Exactly. If you go looking for your stalker, you're probably not being stalked.
Because I'm real confused right now about what that was last night that we saw, that display of whatever. I heard no real apology. I heard an attempt at an apology, but you really wanted to focus on why you took that stupid picture.
And see, it's so frustrating for her, not speaking for her, but from my understanding, because her, as well as so many others, have the conversation with Joe beforehand about how it wasn't about the fucking picture in CrimeCon. It was about what happened to Kresha and her family. And then to have the fucking audacity to go and say, can you help me understand, Kresha? Boy, I'd have been livid too.
People keep telling me, Salty, if I go and explain the picture, it'll all make sense. Well, I don't know who you're talking to that don't understand that we got that part a long time ago, and I told you numerous times, Joe, it's not about the picture. We understand why you took the stupid picture. We get it, dude. You need to move on. Ain't our fault you went on web sleuths and shh to Megan because you didn't want to be doxxed. But boy, you didn't mind let me see, how can I word this delicately? You attempted last night on that live stream, Joe, to say something that you should never have said out loud. And it's a dangerous situation, and you fucking knew it. You knew how I felt about it. You want to roll around with dangerous people, dude? Have at it. I got real concerns about you now, sir.
Right.
Let's talk about the fact that you thought you were hacked after Turtle Boy began to talk about you.
What?
Who do you
I
think
didn't
done
catch
it?
this.
Who attempted to hack you, sir? mess up all your devices.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. I didn't catch that before. 'Cause I was probably listening while doing 500 other things.
The day I was going to go live and discuss all this, you suddenly had internet problems. I've heard that before from somebody else.
See, yet another excuse. It's all of these excuses. Like, maybe I was drugged. I don't have a thumbnail. I don't know what to say. I was gonna go live, but my internet was hacked. Like all of the bullshit excuses and the gaslighting that's going on. That's what's frustrating for her.
All days you had internet
think.
problems? Was it because you were
Obviously, she
hacked
did
and
it
your
herself, but
shit wouldn't connect to your Wi-Fi and stay connected and you're rebooting this and that? All them problems you constantly have with your devices and all your fancy bells and whistles over there in your office. Could never get your laptop straight. Who hacked you? Is that what was wrong with your phone? The last 2 phone calls we had and the thing come on the phone telling me I was being recorded, Joe? Oop.
So how would you feel if you were in Salty's position and trying to help him, trying to be his friend, talking to him before, knowing all of everything that we know, how Crusher was used, how he didn't do anything, he's giving you all of these fucking excuses, and during the phone call you have with him before he goes live, you get a notification that you're being recorded, not just once but twice. Never recorded any of the phone calls before. But now all of a sudden he's recording a phone call with you. True Crime said he was worried about being doxxed, but went on all these other panels. I think that's the only reason why he came out, because of that affidavit, and he was worried about being doxxed. Meanwhile, the person who dropped all that information redacted everybody's last name. The only reason we know anybody's last name is because I fucked up and left it in the body cam video. It's just makeup on relaying how she feels on announcing the self-deletion intentions to thousands, a husband doing fuck all, and assigning Grayson to look after the crazy bitch, an insult to those who know exactly. Yep, she helped him more than I would have. She's better than me. She is a really great person. I have to record allegedly speculating in case she says funny stuff and I need to put that out. I wouldn't care if you recorded our conversations. Social withdrawal. That's why she attended CrimeCon events Saturday sat at the bar and etc. Yep. I'm still getting deleted from the Discord. What? Really? Oh, that's why she said there are 2 of you. Okay. Hio handles that stuff for me more than I do, but I am going to be in the Discord with you guys. I apologize that I'm never there. I've got a lot going on trying to move and all of that.
It's my bad, Salty. What the fuck? Breaks on. Who you think you dealing with, Bubba? One of them little
Exactly.
naive individuals who fall all over your big squishy ass. Am I being a bully today? That's not my intention, everybody. I'm a little mad and maybe I do have a few feelings after all. Pardon me. Only Lauren's allowed to come in hot with the feels. Oh, and Megan. So y'all need honesty and clarity. Why is Salty coming at Joe? Because Salty cares about victims and their families. And unlike Joe, I'm assuming, I don't know. I clearly remember what I was doing the day on the news that I heard that those children were missing. Lori Vallow's children. I remember what I was doing when I heard on the news Abby and Libby were missing. Can you pinpoint where the fuck you were and what you was doing when you heard it on the news? Late to the game much?
And this is because she in my opinion, she actually cares about these cases and the victims and everything that goes along with it. If you can remember where you were, what you were doing, like I'm a very honest person and I'm going to be honest right now. It's like, I can't remember where I've been at, what I was doing exactly when I've heard about cases. I've been in chats talking about cases, but for it to have that much of an impact on you, the only thing, like a lot of us, that I remember is exactly where I was at was when 9/11 happened. I could tell you exactly where I was at, what I was doing, and what everybody else was doing in that moment. And so for her to talk about, do you know exactly where you were at and what you were doing when we find out that JJ and Tylee are missing, like for it to have that much of an impact on her, it means she really cares, in my opinion. That's what I'm seeing. And knowing that she cares that much and she sees what's happening to the family and the victims of these horrific things. And then seeing Joe do what he did after having these conversations with him behind the scenes and being recorded and all the gaslighting and all the bullshit, I would be very upset too. I was in 10th grade in my classroom and we walked in, the bell had just rung, and the teacher was looking up at the TV screen and she was crying her eyes out. We sat down, she didn't say anything. Everybody just came in and sat down and looked at the TV. Not Princess Diana too. I was too young for Princess Diana, but I was in the lift at work in the hospital. See,
Lori Vallow.
it's big things like
Boy,
that, you know?
covering that case got you some new followers, didn't it? We build our channels on the backs of certain cases, and we die hard on that hill. And when that case is gone, we don't know what the fuck to talk about anymore. Y'all, Lori's trials are over and done. Thank God.
Thank God.
Family's been through enough torture with that one.
Haven't they though? And then to see them being used like this online, it makes it so much worse. You said, I think she was just totally engrossed in it. I don't know that she cared at all. She was just enjoying her work. I think she cared, honestly, because I can see her actions afterwards. I can see how upset by looking at her on the panels, talking to her on panels. I've not talked to her behind the scenes or anything. And looking at the work she's done and what she's put out, the few lives that I have been able to catch, it seems to me like she did care. Um, specifically about the victims and how they're used and things like that. And there are few people who care that much about situations like that. I think she cared and had enough respect not to try to get close to the victim's family. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Probably not. 9/11, I was on the elliptical machine at my gym. Princess Diana, I was babysitting my nephew playing Go with him. See, it's things like that. Like for us, it's 9/11, Princess Diana. The moments like that we can remember. For her, she remembers exactly where she was and what she was doing when she heard about the case. You know what I mean? I think it was in an unhealthy way then. What do you mean? Like unhealthy that she can remember where she's at, where she was and engrossed in the case and trying to learn, trying to help. I was teaching my special ed class, all of our TVs went on, even my students knew something horrible was happening. God bless. 9/11 was in bed, 6 a.m., waking up to the news. My first thought, hearing a plane hit, it was like, was the pilot blind? Then the second one hit. We saw the second one hit in my classroom. We saw the second one hit and everybody cried. And I mean, being that young in 10th grade in high school, I didn't understand the gravity, and I think school let out a little after that. When the London bombing happened, I didn't know what to think and about it and made my way to work for a late shift. I did wonder why traffic was all leaving the city. She tried to get straight into the family. She was over at their houses. Salty? Are you talking about? I sweep the salt off I sweep the snow off the porch instead because it stopped and the sun came out. Now it's snowing twice as hard. It's crazy where everything's snowing right now. Princess Diana was driving, turning right off of Ravine Way. Wow. I remember where I was when the Challenger exploded, 4th grade, and we all went out to watch. Oh, wow, Lisa. See, I mean, it's like moments like that. I mean, you remember.
She keeping it going as long as she can. Boy,
Yeah,
y'all are just
that's
here
what I'm
for
trying to
it.
figure out.
Here for Lori fucking Vallow. At all cost. All these years later, Lori Vallow's entered the picture. La, 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 la. Y'all consumed with that heifer. And look where it got you. Look
Yep.
where it got you. Talking about yourselves and who's bullying you and who said a bad word about you. Meanwhile, Kresha is getting swallowed up over there and used by everybody right now.
I got it.
Bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
Kresha, who has all of this to try to unpack and deal with from what Lori fucking Vallow did, and she's got to deal with Lauren motherfucking Matthais on top of it, and everybody using her and abusing her. I can't. It's sick. It's sad. You were talking about Lauren. Okay. I wanted to make sure because I was like, I don't think Salty Sleuth did. Lauren, Lauren was so I didn't know, but when Awen was talking about this case and her first impressions with Lauren, she said there was a Facebook group talking about the situation, and Lauren like jumped right in and took over it to the point that Awen was going to cover a case, cover something that related to it, not a case, that case, something related to it. And Lauren made sure to come in and be like, I already did that. Here's a link to my video, and just buddying up to the family very quickly. You could tell what her intentions were out the gate pretty much. And it was really sad. Abraham said, I don't think many of us grasp the gravity of that day until years later. Yep. Waco too.
Everybody, let's don't twist it. Now, I don't mean to ignore my chat. Y'all know that is not how I roll around here. So please pardon the silence.
Quickly, Lauren struck Kresha for using pictures of her family members that they gave Lauren, and that's disgusting. So I've heard a lot about why Kresha got struck. That's why I haven't spoke on it. That was the original thing that I heard, and that enraged me. Like, bitch, how Lauren motherfucking Matthais, how fucking dare you strike her for using pictures that you put out on your shit that she fucking gave you of her fucking family. If that's why she struck Kresha, straight to hell. In a handbasket. The other thing I heard was that it was because Lauren's phone number was put out. Either way, it was a malicious strike. Because she didn't strike it because she really wanted her information protected or anything like that. The strike at the end of the day was to shut Kresha up, which is fucked up. But if it was because of pictures of her fucking family, that makes it even nasty, even more gross.
I'm not a professional over here. I'm just a lady on the internet running my mouth. I'm not here for, justice and all that. Nobody comes to those chats. They hate watching the people they hate the most. Koberger did what? Oh, we didn't hear that. We was busy hate watching.
I agree.
Damn it, man. Is it Friday yet? I think I need to go hang out on Kick and watch a stupid ass movie with my peeps. Let all this go.
Right?
Like a good little soldier. I ain't even got to my notes yet. And I wasn't going to go live today because I got a half-ass headache and I never get those.
Yeah.
Tension all up in my shoulder, Joe. My
You
mods
nurse
are
your
exhausted.
headache.
We took a hit last night at your expense, didn't we, Bubba? You want to tell everybody you can't collaborate with me because my mods wouldn't let you. Boy, that really set me off, dude. Really set me off because we had a whole ass private conversation.
And see, it's bullshit because from my understanding, they had a private conversation about it because Joe was going to come take accountability on her streamer. They were going to do it together. And she said, I have to talk to my mods first because she has respect. And she said, look, I'm assuming I wasn't there. I didn't see. I don't know. But I'm assuming something to the effect of, he's going to come over here. Chat might get crazy. Are y'all okay with this? And they responded to her however they responded, and she spoke to Joe about that. And then that's when you get the whole, oh, I can't laugh, I can't cuss, I can't do this, I can't do that. And it pissed her off because he's blatantly disrespecting not only her, but her moderators and all of the discussions that they've ever had in the background and all of the things. That's fucked up. A lot of it pissed me off, right? Michelle said, I love that Salty said about Grayson, her squishy self. I'm with Turtle Boy with the paper plate face Grayson, but Salty is tight too. I saw Duper's delight on her face when Christina was served. Fuck her. Talking about Lauren, yeah, oh yeah. Grayson and Lauren, excuse me, had Duper's delight. Like a motherfucker. Her phone number was taken off and should have been a privacy violation from what I understand. The other strike was several minutes later in her live and had the picture. So it was both. Because my mod, Hannah, was saying she kept correcting me when we were first talking about it that it was a copyright strike and it should have been a privacy strike. But I mean, and then to be honest with you, when the body cam fell in my lap and we were going over it, her phone number, everybody's phone number was released in those body cams. That's why I had to private that live. And she didn't do anything to me, but maybe, I mean, she probably don't know who the fuck I am. It was just an excuse about mod rules. If he wanted to clear the air, he would. Yep. Everything
And
was
I made the mistake of thinking you respected my mods and their opinions.
See, that shit would have pissed me off too. You're not only disrespecting me, but my fucking mods? Oh, hell no.
You certainly said you did. I understand, Salty. I completely
Yep.
understand. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I understand. Then I see a comment. Joe said he's tried to collaborate with people and they won't do it. What? I've been encouraging this guy for a solid week to go live.
So I want you to put yourself in her position. She's been talking to him about this for a solid fucking week. Toward the end of the week, you're recording the fucking conversations. You go live and everybody is attacking her in the chat. Like, could you imagine? Having talked to him, having tried to support him in every way, shape, or form to the extent of making him his damn fucking thumbnail. And then him going live, not doing anything that you fucking talked about. And she's getting attacked and her mods in the chat. What the fuck? Miss Woozy said that was my comment because he told me that Salty canceled because her mods didn't think it was a good idea. His words. See? Like, he's lying so profusely that his eyes should have been brown because he's full of shit. Totally get it, Salty. I'd probably be running after him with a gaffer tape, to be honest.
Say what you got to say, my man. Apologize for whatever you feel you need to. I cannot point out what you did wrong. If you can't see it,
Exactly.
what are we having a conversation for?
Exactly. Yep.
So take it easy on my mods, man. They didn't do nothing
Yep.
but have questions for you about how you treated so-called friends. Kind of felt like Lauren was more important than all of the people you knew, people you labeled friends.
Why? Power dynamics. It's not about friendship, it's about money. Allegedly speculating.
Friends.
You shouldn't use that word so freely, Joe.
There's lots of those friendly people. They're showing me ways to go, but I never want to lose their inspiration. It's time for a cool change. And this
Is that his neck or his ass? Just asking. I don't care what he says. I saw what he did and how he handled it after. It says a lot more than his word salad ever could, said Ravana.
Bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
Yup. Commander Apple Turkey, it's good to see you. Joe Schmoe want you to hang with the popular girls and was doing whatever he could to make them accept him, only to crush Kresha and Kay. Was it worth it, Joe?
Bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
I'm glad that everybody is understanding. That's exactly what he did. Loyalty to Lauren to a fucking fault. How could you do that to people you called friends? This is my mod that was talking about it. Hannah said a copyright strike is when you use something without fair use. A privacy strike is when personal identity info is used without permission or in malice, is my understanding of YouTube terms of service. Thank you for that. Hannah was the one that was explaining to me that it was the wrong type of strike that Lauren put on her channel. But again, at the end of the day, the strike was only done to shut Kresha up, which is absolutely fucking disgusting. After using her and you were done with her. I hate how Joe treated a lot of my friends. He acted up in our chat too, acting all indigent. I'm not putting up with him. I wouldn't. And it is bullshit. Like he had no respect for y'all.
space right now is icky and disgusting, and I'm not sure I want to be a part of it. Not like this.
You're right. I had
And you
two
sat
kids at
there and
that
you
age.
doubled down on why do we got to have a divide and why do we got to take sides? You mean that conversation I've been having with you for what, a year? About the pulse of social media? Really, my guy? You want to have that conversation? Why we got to have divide? Why did you run on the queen bee of it all and laugh? Well, let's talk about that. I was told not to laugh. Who told you that, Joe? Me, the big bad me. Salty told you not to laugh. Salty said, don't go up there and make a fool of yourself by giggling about a topic that is very sensitive, my friend. Again,
And that's it. And he kept saying that over and over and over. I was told I couldn't laugh. I was told I couldn't smile. All of the shit. It was about not laughing about information and content that was very sensitive. When you're supposed to be apologizing and taking accountability, you shouldn't be laughing, nervous or not. I don't know. It was fucking weird. Robin, good to see you. Joe it's a long story. Thank you for dropping the Discord link. Life goals. Get a boom bop bam on the daily.
Bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
Obviously, Salty was talking to Joe, the dumbass, and he's just too stupid to get what she's saying. But I don't think he is. I think he plays it. He's acting like he's too stupid. He knows what he's doing, but he can play the stupid guy. I think he plays it a lot. Which is bullshit because these are supposed to be his friends. He's supposed to be real with them. And he just acts stupid. Yep, he was laughing at inappropriate times. He is an adult, for fuck's sake. He should know this shit. And he does. I think.
gave you advice not to go make a fool out of yourself. But you gonna sit up there and tell the masses, I was told I can't laugh. Dude, you don't even have a fucking sense of humor. It's a weird sense of humor. People have noticed. Joe, they've noticed before.
Yep.
Don't blame me for your weird laugh and your toxic behavior, sir. You can't put that off on me as much as
that's
you've
all
tried.
you. And it
I
pissed
don't
me
take
off
kindly to gaslighting.
how much she was gaslit and her mods and everybody in that chat. But she, knowing from when we talked online and her mods, well, when we talked on the panel, and then knowing that knowing who her mods are and seeing how they too were gaslit in that chat, it irritates me, right? Because I get it. I understand where Salty's coming from, and I agree with her. And to see what happened to her, even though I didn't know her at that time or know who she was, it pisses me off too. It's bullshit.
Everyone encouraged me and Cresha to take it private, like he did. Man, Queen Bee would probably love to fucking panel my ass. Joe, I
Yeah, I
might can
agree.
get me a whole bunch of followers overnight if I did it.
Of
Joe,
course, true crime. But see, for her, it's not about that, like it is for him, isn't it, Joe? And Lauren is as fake as they come, and Crusha and Kay are real as fuck and kind people. And after everything they've been through, but don't mistake their kindness for weakness. They're badasses. I agree. Of course, true crime.
if I say his name too many times, am I being a bully, and am I going to get a summons in the mail? To shh.
No
We'll
doubt.
avoid saying your name going forward. Because trust me, it's what I plan to do. Blame me if you feel better. If that makes you feel better and you need to do that, I'm cool with that. I honestly don't care. Things roll right off my shoulder. And I told you recently, I'm the kind of person, when I walk away from somebody, I never look back, and I don't even fucking think about you. You will not live in my headspace. I don't think about it. Just done. I don't lay in bed at night and think about all this drama. I lay in bed
Nope.
thinking about how hurt Kay and Cresha must be.
And that right there, a good-hearted, understanding, kind person laying in bed thinking about how hurt the family of the victims must be. Not about live, not about going live, not about the fucking drama, not about the numbers that were in chat, not about how much money you made off of that fucking live stream. She's thinking about the victims. And that's why it's so infuriating. He's not stupid, just plain stupid because he's been caught. The man's a grandfather. I didn't know that. Interesting. True Crime said it was very much it very much was infuriating, but I'm sure nothing compared to what Crusha felt and is still dealing with.
Bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
They are. He's playing stupid because he doesn't want to acknowledge and admit the truth and have to be accountable.
Bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
I'm going to play a little bit more of this and then we'll talk about accountability streams. Real
For all
quick.
you Krama channels, please stop it too. Not all of us are here for a click and a view and to exploit a family member and all this infighting between the creators that everybody wants to create. Stop it with that mess. I don't participate in that shit. This ain't about a creator war. This is about a messy individual claiming to be people's friends. Claimed to be
Yep.
friends with a victim
Yep.
of a horrific crime. Let's talk about that victim for a minute. Because I don't want to exploit her in any type of way. I might be the only creator you see sitting here getting emotional
okay.
right now, talking about a victim. Let's talk about victims and the exploitation of victims that you end up labeling friends.
I mean, I cannot imagine thinking these people were my friends and then to be done like that and just nobody's there for you. None of the people who claim to be friends. And to deal with that while you're dealing with the trauma the hurt, the anger, the misunderstanding of everything that happened in your life. This is real life for them. We talk about these cases and get the information out, but this is their fucking life, bruh. Like, no. Kalisa said it's like weaponized incompetence. He's obviously been able to play stupid and get away with things for a long time, but he's not been around smart women. We don't put up with that.
Bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
I wish that I could be as smart and like Salty. I'm very much honest and I am who I am. But I'm really inspired by Salty. I really like her a lot.
You label me, I label you. So we don't be unforgiven. There's a song for every fucking thing. I told you
Right.
all the way up to that live what was going on. Everybody's asking you, have you seen this? Have you seen that? Have you seen the facts, sir? Because you decided a long time ago you had style. You had a conversation with Lauren from Hidden True Crime, didn't you, Joe? About your channel and the direction you might take in the future after Lori fucking Vallow.
Wow. Ravana said Lauren was constantly undermining Kresha. She made it a point to devalue and exclude her. We, Kresha's followers, have sat and watched it for 4 years now, yet she was nothing but kind. How upsetting is that? And I still don't know that she's talked shit about Lauren. It's so it's so frustrating to see kind, empathetic people like that get just used and lied on and abused and all of the for what? For what? Joe wants us to believe that it's just coincidence that they moved exactly where Christine was, who a total accident. This is so bullshit by total accident, and it's such bullshit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you guys for Twinkle Twinkle Baby into the thumbs up.
You decided you had so much style you were above the rest of us. You don't cover Brian Covert because that's Salty's gig. I left Lori Vallow alone because you were covering it, but I promise you, if I had covered it, I'd done it better. You didn't
I
even
know
know
you
half
would
the
have.
fucking facts in the case.
I hope so, Michelle.
You wanted to get hung up on words in a document instead of reading the document and evaluating the law of the document. You wanted to get hung up on their spell checker coming in hot.
See, that's bullshit. When we're reading a document, the spell check, you get hung up on the spell check and the wording, my guy. Like, it's what's in the document that's important, and that's the point she's trying to make. Rachel said, then Megan had the nerve to judge Kresha for speaking up. Sit down, Megan. Wow. Mm-mm.
What the fuck is going on here?
Uh-uh.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Can't get past it. Please move on.
Yep. That is so important, Ravana. Kresha just wants to figure out who, what, and why happened to her family. She's doing deep, deep research, which isn't for everyone, but she's doing the work. Again, could you fucking imagine? And she is talking about stuff that is important, so very important, about all of the things, the LDS, all of the bullshit. I'm gonna drop Salty's link while I have it pasted here, which I know. Oh Lordy Jesus. hit the wrong thing. I know I've got her pinned to the top of the chat, but there's Salty's link. And if we go back over here to Crushes, I'm going to grab her link again. I've got all of these people and more in my description. But I mean, it's very important, the research that she's doing and coming out here and talking about it. And it's important to try to be there as much as we can to support her and to talk to her about this and try to see what we see, try to see if we can help her figure out something that maybe she's not seeing that we are. I don't know, but we need to support her as much as we can, I think. And that's after she said she hadn't watched it but was told. Right, right. With Megan, said Megan. We have no idea what they're going through and won't. And won't. Of course. Hey, Libby. Good to see you.
Please do. And you still can't understand what you did wrong. You want everybody to tell you what you did wrong. How many times did we hear that in that live last night? And I hope those supporters were listening.
Yep.
I guess y'all and Joe think he did nothing wrong. Nothing. Here's what
Man.
Joe did wrong. All the way up to that live, he was still on the fence about Lauren Matthais. All the way up until the live. Didn't even watch Kresha's live. He don't got time for all that mess. He's a busy
See-
man. Waste 9 hours of my life watching Lauren's 9-hour live. Are y'all kidding me? Yeah, dude, we did. We heard her out. She has a stalker, didn't you hear? That's your friend, man. You went to bat for her ass. Took a picture. Made sure you got the proximity down correctly so we could all understand how close she really was to Lauren. How close was Lauren to other people in that bar that night?
These are all the important questions. Yeah, of course. Rachel, thank you guys for being here. I couldn't with Joe. He's not invited into my house, said Libby. Right?
Again, taking pictures of the wrong shit, man. Good little detective you are. Took it upon yourself to get a picture with the proximity and all. We couldn't have lived without that mess. God forbid. We needed the facts, right, sir? We had to know how far that distance really was to understand. Because we were just not critical thinkers with style, like you and Lauren Matthais.
Right.
She advised you to follow your heart, Joe. Like she does.
Yeah.
You want to go all boots on the ground? Go for it. Do that. Why? So you can hold a live and tell us about your road trip? People can buy you some more lunch and coffee?
Mm.
And we'll hear about the road trip and the bizarre things that happened along the way. I'm being real right now. I expressed to you a while back a concern I had. Privately, Joe is giving off a weird feel. When you're on your panel and on your show, you're a totally different man than you are when you're on my panel. Why? Because I'm in the gutter over here and we cuss. How many times in that live last night did you apologize? Oh, I cussed on my channel. Like it's a fucking joke. Sir, you are the joke. The joke's on you. You used the wrong woman to gaslight to benefit your little whatever that was. Gaslighting session. Took a play out of John's book, right? Did y'all have a consultation prior? Now, days before that live finally happened last night that I had to go make a thumbnail because that was stopping him in the end. He was going to go live and do just that very thing that he did last night. So I messaged him. Are you going to go live? What's going on? I'm texting with Lauren. Excuse me? You what?
What? Really? Who does he really care about here, y'all? Crescia and everything he did to her, or Lauren motherfucking Matthais?
What? About what? Getting
Exactly.
approval? Getting the narrative straight? What are we doing here? No, no, no. I've heard she wasn't in a good way, so I need to call and check on her. Now, I don't think you called. I think you
Really?
texted. Y'all ain't friends like that. No phone calls. No, no, no. Lauren likes to type that shit out. Record keeping and all.
Yep, I've got to end it soon too. I'm gonna leave this right here. Please subscribe to her if you haven't. Her link is pinned to the top of the chat. I wanted to share this with you. Now, I don't know that I'm much better, but this was my accountability stream. My thumbnail shows Icarus, the one who flew too close to the sun and fell. And I don't remember what I said. I don't re-listen to it, but I just wanted to listen to it kind of for a comparison. This is me admitting that I emailed Stephen Stearns when I did that, and I think I had said that it was a friend at the time. I know I had said it was a friend of a friend of a friend that had emailed him, but it was indeed me. I came to my community and I was honest.
For
So we're gonna listen
two
to it.
months. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank y'all for hanging out with me also while I was jamming out.
I played
I
music
appreciate you being a
before.
member for 2 months. That is so
Let me
amazing.
skip it
Thank
ahead.
you. That was so very sweet of you. And grab the crazy train to pick y'all up on the way to it's
Okay. Hold on.
you with a fence post. Okay. So you can talk all the shit you want to talk. I'm going to give you the answers to all your questions today. If you want to talk to me and you are blocked, I will let you up to talk to me when I'm
All
ready.
right, Brenda. Good to
If you have
see you.
questions, you can ask them. I will try to grab them, but first,
Let's
I'm
see what
not
we're
looking
in.
at chat right this second. Okay, so
Yeah, no
Jessica,
doubt.
as I'm sure a lot of you have been dying to know, that is my name. My name is Jessica. I'm not telling you anything else about me, but my name is Jessica. I apologize for lying. I felt really disgusting when I lied, and I privated that stream, the main one where I just made up a bunch of nonsense. And it was really, I just felt yucky. I felt yucky for a long time, if we're going to be frank about it. And I'm going to talk about all of it. Now, I was already feeling yucky, okay? I was already feeling nasty. I was going back and forth to the lake. I had a great time with my family, but I was already just not, I was not happy. I was stuttering that whole stream because I can't lie. I'm not a good liar. And then that night, Lady K Talks did a stream, and she was talking. I haven't watched all of it. I heard part of it, but when Lady K Talks did that stream, I was like, no, I can't. I'm not, because I don't. From what I understand, she was kind about it. And I didn't want her to be trying to stand up and say no. The pen pal is not allegedly. I didn't want her to do that, and then it come out that she was wrong in the end, because these can be FOIA'd. I mean, eventually, all of that. The one thing I forgot about was that I did have a moderator before I got my group of moderators now, which are the best group of moderators in the whole world. I mean, I know everybody says that, but I really do have the best mods. Her name was Trixie. Trixie went in that stream and was saying, no, you don't understand. Allegedly is Jessica. Allegedly is Jessica. And I forgot about that. I'm not mad at Trixie. I mean, I just wish that she would have, maybe said, hey, what are you doing? Like, why are you making everybody think that you are not Jessica? Like, I don't think it's necessary to quote unquote dox me, but I mean, I don't really feel like it's a dox necessarily. Because I mean, she was just trying to tell her at the end of the day, I think she was
So at this point, they knew that Stephen was emailing somebody named Jessica, but they didn't know that allegedly speculating was Jessica.
just trying to help Lady K understand that, you need to know that Jessica is allegedly. And so
She was trying to
I'm not upset with her. I already felt disgusting because I had to lie about it. And what am I going to keep lying as I read these emails? Like, no, I don't want to lie to y'all.
She was trying to guilt trip him, and I don't want you to share it if it was a private conversation. Please don't. But who should you feel more guilty about, Lauren motherfucking Matthais or what you did to Crescia? You know what I mean?
Like, I really appreciate every single one of y'all so much. Like, I'm not trying to have a parasocial relationship, but I love our community. I really do. And I just can't be lying to y'all. But then again, like I said, I saw that stream. I saw that Lady K did a stream, and I was like, oh no, we can't be having people out here doing streams on this, thinking that I'm not Jessica, and I am. I can't. No, we're not doing that. Absolutely not. Nope. So I said, I got to talk about it. Oh, by the way, on my thumbnail is Icarus. Let's talk about Icarus real quick, and that'll get me into where I'm going next. Icarus.
Okay, so I took accountability for lying, right? I wanted to pull up like questions people had.
Some of you guys' quote. You spoke to Madison Bell's father. That's interesting. And some people do. I just
I wanted to see
started
the
back and forth
comments.
like other people on YouTube. This is not what I do. I get the story. I try to get all the information I can using the tools that I have available to me and my wonderful moderators. But
I'm skipping it.
you had just started coming in my chat, and that first email, it's one of them I've already read, and
So it's basically 2 hours of me apologizing and saying, what I did was wrong, and I went through the chat, as you can see, and highlighted comments. Any questions? I don't know that anybody had any questions. I haven't seen anything. You don't need to answer to any creator pressuring you. Like, I went through anything anybody had to say. I highlighted it. Some people said they were going to unsubscribe. I highlighted their comments. Like, I apologized. And I took accountability for what I had done. Now, I'm not saying that that makes me a better person necessarily or anything like that. I'm just saying that when you take accountability, you admit what you did wrong, and you handle the criticism, and you see what you deal with that. Right here, contacting him is not the problem. Consent is not the problem. Saying GOC was not trustworthy is what started all this, in my opinion. But I don't even care, really. I mean, just brush that off, GOC. But she saw red. Just ick. Sorry, I still don't understand why, said this person, and I highlighted it and we talked about it. How did GOC find out you were the real Jessica? We talk about that. I mean, I'm just trying to see what the comments say. Are we going to watch the pretrial hearing today? If it weren't for forensic psychologists, we wouldn't have the BAC. I think his mama influenced him from an early age. So again, I'm not trying to tout myself or put myself on a pedestal at all by any means. At all. Please don't think that. I'm just saying, like, when you take accountability, you admit what you've done wrong. You go through the chat, you find the questions, the hard questions, and you talk about it and you answer the questions. As you saw, the one that I found just going through the first hour of that 2-hour live stream said, ick, I'm sorry, just ick. No, I can't deal with it. And I know I would have said something like, I get it. I understand completely. And if you feel like you need to unsubscribe, then please do so. Because I had fucked up. I was sorry, that I did it, and I won't do it again. The intentions were good, but the actions were not. The ends did not justify the means. So, if you're really sorry and you're really trying to take accountability for shit, that's what you do, in my opinion. Kelly said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, Michelle. Did you really lose subs after the SS thing? Just curious. It didn't piss me off, and I kind of knew it was you the whole time. I wasn't offended at all. I lost some. But people have come back. Some people have come back. Some people have not, and that's okay. All I can do is tell you what I've done wrong and take accountability. But you need to take accountability for what you did wrong. You need to try to change it and do better. That's the whole point." Michelle has been a member for 11 months. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Where is it?
Amazing.
Basil, he's so funny. He was eating some bread a minute ago. Thank you so much for the continued support. Michelle said, "Yay, I wasn't gone long enough to lose my credentials." No, you weren't, and thank you for that. You didn't hurt a family member, and you took accountability. I agree. May Lauren find this for herself. I hope so. We're all humans. We mess up sometimes and make dumb decisions. It's all forgivable if people are willing to be responsible. And that's the whole thing. Like, you got to take accountability. You got to be responsible. You have got to try to do better. You know what I mean? Even on my live stream from the last live stream we did, somebody commented and said, I don't understand why you're still talking about this. You it's all over the place. I can't remember exactly, but basically, I don't know why you're still talking about this. I used to really like you, and I don't like that you're talking about this. And I responded, and my response was, I get it. I understand what you're saying. We're going to cover it Monday because I need to finish out doing the live and going over the conversation. But if you feel like you need to unsubscribe, then I understand. I mean, I don't know why that's so hard for people. You know what I mean? Abraham, oh my goodness, thank you so much for gifting 5 speculation station memberships. Right, Rubber? Those memberships went to Sarah List Sarita Salsita, Hawkeyes, We Heart Entertainment, Fury Pesto, sorry, and Monica C. If you guys were gifted from Abraham and you are aware you were gifted, please tell Abraham thank you. Thank you so much, Abraham. Thank you so very much. That was so very sweet and supportive and kind of you, and I greatly appreciate it. I will grab the crazy train to pick our new members up on the way to Speculation Station. Thank you so much, Abraham. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. No, you're good. Excuse me, you had no idea it was me? Going after his story didn't hurt anyone. I thought it was awesome. Mentioning Starlet gave me a heart attack, though. Yeah, Starlet, I miss him. I got some grandbirdies somewhere down in Mexico now. Tell your cat I said, "Psst, good to see you. I felt like you went into undercover journalism. It wasn't a big deal. He wouldn't have wrote it if he knew you had a channel." Right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he had street cred for being a coward and a clout chaser. See, that's not cool. You know what I mean? They're losing out. Yeah. But when you're like Joe and don't, he'll just repeat it again. Exactly. Exactly. I agree. It's crazy how YouTube picks subscribers, but not ones here. It is weird, isn't it? I agree. I had no problem. I thought it was brave of her to go after the story. Yeah, the whole point was to try to get him to tell me what actually happened and then, have that information and talk about it. I wanted in the beginning that I wanted that story, right? And if I hurt him in the process, it was a bonus. Now, I didn't flirt with him or do anything like that intentionally or anything like that. You can read the emails, they're all there. I didn't hide anything, I didn't redact anything in that playlist. We go over the emails, so you see it on the screen and I read it to you. So it's all right there. Um, I wanted him to admit what he did. I wanted him to tell the truth. And I wanted him to be fucking upset about it. I wanted to hurt him. And in the end it wasn't worth it at all. He never would have told me the truth anyway. And the person he was talking to that he knew was a YouTuber ended up getting his story, and his story was that she took some medication. I don't remember exactly. Something about some medication. She aspirated in her mouth and choked on her vomit, which does not line up with the autopsy. The autopsy said that she was strangled. Asphyxiation, I do believe. Something to that effect. Anyway, it doesn't line up. It was all a lie, and he would have never told me the truth anyway. Trying to All right. He asked you about my letter. And what it said was everything to me. I knew it was eating them alive to know what that letter said. I remember that. Yeah. He did ask me about that letter, and I went back and got it. That letter that you wrote him calling him a sorry piece of shit. And I think it was brave of you to do that. I knew if I did that, I'd never get a response, and my intention was to get a response at the time. But I had more respect for you for being that brave to send it to him, you know? That came out weird. Talk to text sucks. I meant the fact my letter was eating him alive and he asked you about it was everything to me. So much satisfaction I got from that. I'm glad that you were able to get satisfaction from that. Now his mom is saying Jen gave her hits of her weed vape that night. Yeah, that's what it's something. He said something to that effect. And the person who's still talking to him got that from him on a live, and we talked about it. And I recorded it, like I screen recorded them going over reading the email allegedly. They didn't put it on screen. And then I put it in CapCut and we read the words and she got mad. It was a couple of days after that I was doxxed. I'm scrolling and looking for it, but yeah, his actual thing, allegedly what he said is in the live. I'm trying to find it. Hold on just a minute. Was it that far back? No. Maybe it was. Anyway, it's on here somewhere. I think it might be at the end of that emails stream. I know it was after. Yeah. Lord have mercy. I don't know. Stearns. It's not Stearns, Alston, and Richard Allen. I'm just not seeing it. I've done scrolled past it. And I'm not seeing it. Jake and Deb. Megan Boswell. Charlie Kirk. It was after Charlie Kirk. I know that. Oh, yeah. Right there. A month ago. I'll grab it and share it. But there in that playlist, in that video, you see what his excuse actually was. Stern's account of what quote unquote really happened. There it is. There's that live if you guys want to watch it. Nobody dies from weed. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, a Rubber Ramada, I apologize. Thank you so much for sharing your milestone. Been a member for a whole years. Love you. I need 3 months of child support. I'll pay up by coming and hitting thumbs up on all your videos.
Amazing!
Ravana said Stern's mom is a horrible human. She said some of the grossest things I've ever heard. Oh, have you seen what she said to me? She caught right there. It's a screen that thumbnail is a screenshot of what she said to me. She called me. She said, typical druggie, do whatever they can to get their next fix. And I was like, bitch, I ain't been on drugs in so fucking long, like 10, 11 fucking years. It's insane. Stupid bitch. But anyway, Abella said member for 13 months. Thank you. Thank you, Rubber. Also, thank you both for the continued support. I greatly appreciate it. Abella said best channel and best chat. Oh, thank you guys. You guys do that. That's not me. That's you guys.
Amazing!
That's you guys that do that. Not me. And thank you for that. Thank you for the compliment. I'm going to share Salty's live one more time and let y'all know that I will be over there tonight if she goes live. I greatly appreciate it so very much. Michelle said, can't stand Deborah Stearns. I was the first one to figure out she was Abby Poodle. I said shit about her baby boy and tagged her. She blocked me, LOL. Now everyone knows who Abby Poodle is. You know what? To close out today, we'll go to my post and play that song, and then I'll just have to remove it from the live. But yeah, when she called me a druggie, I had fun with it. And I played a song specifically for her. And we'll play that to close out. Do, 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 do. Look, I shared Max's video. Do, 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 do. I gotta find it. Hold on. Because, yeah, I responded and I was like, this is for you, Abby Poodle. I know it was after the camping. Y'all, what the hell's the deal here? I know it's members only. I'll pull it up if I can't find it here. That's gonna irritate me though, because I know I put it out here for her. I can't find it now. Anyway, I said, Abby Poodle, this is just for you. This is the song that I dedicated to her because she called me a fucking druggie. I'll pull it up. Hold on. And then I spelled it wrong. Good Lord, I need a nap. I meant Stearns. Thank you for correcting that. Oh, you're good. Nothing scheduled yet. Thank you for that. Am I Lauren Lauren motherfucking Matthais? You are the best. Her son and Jen were or are the druggies, right? She couldn't raise a decent human, so she's turned to raising yappy dogs. I wouldn't personalize anything. She said her life is mediocre at best. Right. So when she said, when she called me a typical druggie, doing everything that I could just to get my next fix or whatever, I tagged her in a post. It was a members only post. I don't know why it's not showing up, but I said, I put a bunch of laughing faces. I put a kissy emoji and like the lips, like I was blowing a kiss. And I said, Deborah, this song is for you. Now, I want you to remember, I want to reiterate that while I was addicted to substances, my substance of choice was not the substance that he's going to sing about this in this song. But I just found it incredibly funny. And I was just like, oh, since you think I'm such a bad person and on all these drugs, I got to play this for you. So we'll play that as our closeout song today. Speaking of drugs, update on my son, day 15 today. Absolutely no memory, but medical issues. So I guess he will be put in a nursing home. I know you had told that, and I've continued to pray about him. Brenda, is he able to talk or anything like that yet? Let me know in the comment section. Okay. I want to thank you guys for the support today. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for talking with me. If you have not subscribed to Salty Sleuth and Rubber Ramada and Kresha with difficult research, all of the people, Hio did a great live. She's been going over the Diane Downs parole hearing. And I'm gonna drop her link in chat because we've been having a lot of fun over there going over that parole hearing, talking about snail trails and all the things. Diane Downs is one for the books, y'all. That bitch is fucking nuts. But I'm gonna share her channel and ask you guys to subscribe quickly if you haven't. Crush's channel, of course, love, is difficult research. I'll grab her link too. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the support. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. There are several updates in cases that we need to talk about, the cases that we cover. I will be in Salty's tonight if she decides to go live. And I hope y'all have a good night. Stay safe out there. Of course, California. Diane Downs is interesting, and he always doing a good job talking about it. If you could sub to Max too, yep, he loves that. Yes, please. Yes, acts over and over. What happened? Why am I here? Where do I live? Over and over and over. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm keeping you in my prayers, Brenda. I'm so sorry. I'm keeping you in my prayers, sweetheart. All right, y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna leave y'all with this song as we close out. This was my song to Deb since she called me a druggie. And I look forward to seeing y'all tonight in Salty's chat. Tomorrow we'll be talking about true crime again, not quote unquote drama. If nobody has told you, you are enough, you are important, you are very special, and you are very loved. I love Billy Strings. Have an amazing day. Yes, have an amazing day. And please smoke one for me, Miss Woozy. Bye. Y'all have a good night. Be safe.